Sorry, guys. I'm just having so much fun this week. For some reason, it's like not meant for me to be live. My power went out, guys. We've been having a lot of snow and a lot of rain. Like yesterday morning there was like nothing, and then like 5 or 6 inches of snow dropped, and now we had like ice and rain mix. So it kind of went off. So sorry. I went poof. My computer's there. I go again. Hold on. Our power's going in and out, so bear with me. Gotta love these power outages. Am I still here? The only thing I hate is on the phone, my text goes in and out and I can't see until somebody types. That's the only thing I don't like. Is anybody in here? Type something, please, because I'm not seeing anything. So, see, you were my witness. You got to see my power go in and out. Wait a minute. Okay. That should work. Yay! Thermal Fanatic, I see you typing. My power keeps going in and out. My live streams have been hectic the past 2 days, but at least I got one posted. Does it look okay? Is everything working? Can you hear me okay? I'm having a heck of a time. So how are you doing? Oh, there goes my power again. Bear with me, guys. That's 3 times it's went in and out. This is crazy. I'm going to unplug my phone. And see what happens. I had it plugged in and that might be why it blacked out. My power keeps going in and out. It's went out 3 times. Jen, it's just been, for some reason, not meant to be live. My powers went out 3 times. And I got knocked off the computer, so I'm on my phone right now. So let's see what happens. I hope my phone can take it. I just unplugged it. I had it plugged in, so I think that's what was happening. Well, welcome back, Metro. The only thing I can't stand about being on the phone is the text doesn't stay. Hey, Tina! Tina's my crafting twin. Every single time me and her get into a live stream, we always bid on the same stuff. She likes the same stuff I do. Tell them, Tina, they need to have 2 of everything we like. So that way we both can have it. Did you see my mug that There it goes again, guys. Did you see it? What's it do on your end? Does it go black and come back? Because I see like a blackout, and then I come back. That's 4 times. Yep, that's what it does. It's like everything goes out and comes back again. So anyway, TPG sent me this for my birthday. Is this like not the cutest? Him and waffles. I love it. I have been bugging him and bugging him and bugging him for this mug. I said, I want a picture. He had merch. And I was like, I want one of you in waffle. So he had this made for me, and I just absolutely love it. He's even got his little YouTube pillow back there. I love that YouTube pillow. I forget he told me who made it for him. So I have him. I want to get one of Tosh Time's mugs, but I haven't had a chance to go in and get one of hers yet. Oh, well, guys, you're in for some excitement. Ooh, spooky, spooky. My house is haunted. See my flowers my hubby got me. He got me these, a set of these for Valentine's Day and a set for my anniversary. The only thing I'd never learned was how to preserve. I took the last set of flowers and I stuck them between 2 pages. This is what I read on Google, to stick them between in 2 pages. And I took these because I want to share some with you guys. Well, hello, Washington County News Station. You should have been in here last night. You'd have had a really good story. Tell them, Jen. But these here are drying out, but I don't know how to preserve them. I think I stuck them between paper, and I got the last set in a book, but I don't know how they'll preserve. Yeah, we needed a news station in here last night, no doubt. Look at this card. This card's so funny. I got to read it to you guys. For my Valentine, sometimes I'm absent-minded. Sometimes I'm kind of cross. This is my hubby. Sometimes I may act like I think that I'm boss. Sometimes I'm kind of quiet, especially when I'm worried. He's got the bills in his hand. That's hysterical. I didn't realize he had a bill. Sometimes I'm just plain stubborn when I think I'm being hurried. Sometimes I act a little spoiled. Sometimes I'm lazy too. But there's one thing I always am, and that's in love with you. Look at that suck up. These cards are so cute that he comes up with it. He cracks me up. I think that's adorable. He comes up with some funny stuff. My husband's really good at picking out cards, guys. He's had 30 years of practice. And then this was from Jade on my birthday, from Chris and Jade. With love on your birthday. This was from my oldest daughter. Just letting you know on your birthday that you are dearly loved and wish you all the best in the world can offer. Happy birthday. Chris, Jade, and the kids. Isn't it pretty? I have cards laying all around me. There goes my stupid electric again. This is awful. My computer's in there taking a beating. What can I show you guys that I haven't unveiled? Let's see. Oh, I got a great deal. I was on Facebook, and there was a guy on there, and he posted this for sale. And this is what I got. You guys tell me if you think it's worth it. I don't know. I've never bought these separate. But I was in the mood for something different to add to my crafting collection because I only had, I think, one little bag of these. So this is what I ended up getting. Well, thank you, Washington County. I got these bag of white beads. I'm going to show you everything I got, and I'm going to tell you what he charged me. This was through Facebook. I got these red beads. I got these pink beads. And I got these purple beads. I feel like on my phone, I'm like not in your face. I hate that my computer's so, like, the screen's so huge. And then here's, I think these are like a cream bead. And then here is like a dreamsicle orange. Hey, Jessica. How are you? Here's some gold ones. Here's some clear ones. And here's some teal. Look how beautiful these are. I love the color of those. Okay, guys, hold on. Because I'm going to run out of room. This whole box is filled with beads. There's these ones. There's these ones. There's more clear. There's these color, which is like, I don't know, a green color. Like a Christmas tree green. And then here's more red. But look, this whole box is filled. Here's yellow. Here's multicolored blue. He's got this filled all the way down, and he only charged me $40 for this whole box. So was it worth it? I've never bought beads separate before, but I thought it looked worth it. For $40. I mean, it's layered. I don't know how many bags is in here, but there's a lot, and they're all colorful. Do you think so? Okay. I wanted to make sure because I don't know. I have never bought them. Look at this is pink. I love that color blue. I want to utilize these. When I first saw them, for some reason I was thinking they were smaller than what they were, which is no big deal. I mean, I could turn them into something else. Because my whole thing was how cool these would look hanging in the signatures. But these are too big. Like, when I try to close the pages, I don't know. To me, it's just too big. They need to be on something else. I just don't know what yet. So I got to figure out how to utilize them. And I thought maybe if I used some ribbon maybe and did ties, and then maybe did like a strand of these beads with them, or two, like mixed colors, then maybe that would be good. But yeah, I thought I got a good deal. I was like, heck yeah, because I didn't have anything, so I got my bead stash built up. To be a crafter, it takes a lot of supplies. So I got this built up. Of course, I got my paper supply built up good. These are all the things that I try to make a checklist in my head when I go out to shop. I have a Tupperware container filled, just a container and a few small boxes filled with, hey, Faith and Fallen, filled with materials. And you guys get to know each other. I'm telling you what, guys, Faith and Fallen has some great music. I just love listening to you guys. I heard that one song, and you know, I got an ear. That's all I have to say. Certain things, like I'm picky on music. I'm picky on my junk journals I buy and things. My husband was like ready to kill me because it took me 5 years to pick out our bedroom set, because I am like so picky for things that I like. It's got to be something that just catches me. And I Can Only Imagine is one of my favorite songs. I remember the first time I heard that song, I had chills all over. And he did the same thing. Faith and Fallen has a really, really good song on his channel. And you guys got to go check out his music. He does fantastic. And I love listening to, you know, people you can get to know. And, you know, my dad, they used to sit down around a campfire with his friends. And they used to play the banjo and harmonica and just, you know, wing it. It didn't even have to be in tune. But just that raw music, you know, with nothing added and not having to be in like a certain room where you have to get a certain sound. I just love it. I love when people just come out and start playing. We used to have a guy in our neighborhood. that I used to walk past his house and I would hear him playing guitar. He had an electric guitar and he'd be playing through his window. And then just regular country guitar. Anything. I love it. But yes, I can only imagine every time I still hear that song. But there's one I cannot find. And I have looked everywhere. This was a gospel song, and it was late at night, and I kept thinking for a while, did I dream this? But it was late at night. My mom and dad didn't have HBO. I think it was the movie channel. There was a station that was kind of off. And I remember being up and this song came on. And at the time, I'm trying to remember what the name of it was, because I thought this Belafonte or somebody sang it, but I looked up the person and I could never find this song. I still don't know who sings it. I don't think it ever became popular, but it was pretty much like a song surrounded by what it was like what love is was in the song. That's the only line I remember from the lyrics is what love is. And it was talking about how Jesus died on the cross and all the sacrifices. And it was just such a powerful song. And I could never find it. It's like every time I try to Google what love is, I can't find it nowhere. It's like it's not the song. I'll know it if I hear it again. But I never heard it again. And I never got, I thought I knew. It was like, I was half asleep and like a whole bunch of songs were playing. And I think I got the wrong artist with the song, but it was just a beautiful song. And Kenny Loggins also sang a song that, it was a single, but it was a bigger hit in another country. It wasn't in the US, but I had to literally buy the whole CD to get the song. And it was Forever. The song Forever. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that song. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But that song was another one that was really good. But some just don't make it. Like, I remember Sheriff came out with a song that became a hit years later. Like, they were ahead of their time before people were ready to listen to that type of music. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody heard it and was like, why wasn't this ever famous? And then poof, it blew up. And that was another one. And it was just like, there's one-hit wonders that escape us. But you have that talent in that one song. I could hear it. And that's why I kept sharing it and trying to get it out there. I really love that song. And I'm going to keep listening. I'll tell you which ones I like. Because I don't want you to be a one-hit wonder. I hate when bands come out with that one big hit and it's like nobody, like they can't match it or something. And it's really hard to keep continuing. The music industry is very competitive. But I can only imagine it's a beautiful, and I actually got the movie. I can't wait to see it. Hey, Sunny. Well, I'm glad you get to come in. Let me see if I can catch. And I miss Patricia Sprinkles. How are you? I have to hit the screen in order to see you guys, so sorry my finger's in the way. Let me do it on this side. I wish the phone would stay when somebody texts, but it disappears because I'm not on my computer. And it comes and goes. So I have to keep tapping it to see you guys. So check each other's channels out, guys, to see if you like what the other person has, because I'm telling you, there's some really good people I have met, and I thank God for Pusta Studios every day because they bring every channel together. I would have never thought of that idea, even though I did it in a chat room years ago, to bring different countries into one room. And I love that Pusta Studios mixes us up because my channel is not based on one thing. I like having a variety channel. And sometimes I feel like YouTube forces you into one community. And I don't want to be just in the crafting community. And I don't want to just be in the makeup community. I want it all. So I love how they are like what they say is like, check out each other's channels, because you might be surprised that you actually might like watching that person, even though they're not in your category. And I do. I have met some great people in the music. I have met great people in the gaming and the aquatic community, the Funko Pop community. I've met such wonderful people in so many different communities. It's amazing. So you got to check each other out. And another thing I love too is when I ran my chat room on Yahoo for 6 years, it was called From All Over Friends and Music. And we had so much variety of people in there. We even had a couple kids that used to come in and just DJ after school. And it was like a family oriented chat room. It was amazing. Nothing but clean, wholesome fun. And we just hung out and we had a ball. And I met so many great people in that chat room. It was incredible. You know, I know Yahoo went down because some bad things happened, but it didn't touch our room. Trust me. We all stood together as a chat and would, you know, ignore and keep out the bad stuff. But it was an amazing room. It was wonderful. I ran it with a friend of mine that I actually met through the web. He was from South Carolina, and he would play his music, and then I'd play some music, and it was just so much fun. Yes, the good old days, Jen. It was a lot of fun. Heck, I even used to sing in chat. People literally would come in and request me to sing in chat. I don't play any music whatsoever on YouTube. I was so afraid of copyright strikes because every time I turn around, people were getting them. Even on music that they were saying was not copyrighted, they were still getting strikes against their channel. And to be honest, I didn't want to deal with it, so I just didn't do it. But I do have a chat room on Pal Talk, even though I'm never in it, which I should be sometimes, because I do have a bunch of friends from Yahoo that came to Pal Talk. And there's sometimes we would play music. I've even sang over there too. And no, I'm not much of a singer. I'm like mediocre, but I did get requests for some reason. It was just something fun to do. But my voice it goes out too much now as I get older. And my aunt, she sang a gospel album. I have a copy of it somewhere here. She actually just earned her star down at the Capitol Music Hall. She's got a star on the wall now with her name on it. She sang gospel way back when the Jamboree started, and she met like Barbara Mandrell and them before they became famous. My mom used to hang out with her, and she actually met Barbara Mandrell too. And then they actually at their church, I don't know if you guys know who Porter Wagner is, because this is like my parents' day, but Porter Wagner's sisters actually sang with my aunt out at the church that my mother was baptized in, and we actually went and saw them. And my aunt ended up with cancer on her throat, so they had to go in and remove it, so she was never able to sing again. But believe me, it threw her into a depression because she really has a lot to say and a lot to share with people. So she found her voice again. She started writing children's books. And she's actually been to St. Jude's, and she is an amazing woman. I'm telling you guys, she's got the biggest, kindest soul I have ever met. She actually was married into my family. She was married to my mother's brother. But she's still my aunt, even though they got divorced, because we grew up with her. So it's like, she's just amazing. She was always a very good role model to me. So that's where it comes on. That's where it comes out, I guess you could say. But her, it's funny because I have a t-shirt. You guys probably have seen me wearing a video. It's yellow and it says Finding Pepper. And every time I go out, people think it's an advertisement for a lost dog. They keep saying, I hope you find your dog. And that's not what it is. That's her first children's book. It's called Finding Pepper, and it's a story about a lost dog. But I think it's cute when people say that. So she was out Bethany College, and there was a girl, how she started into, getting her books promoted. There was a girl taking, I don't know if she was taking an English class or some kind of writing course. I don't know how they do that, but she introduced my aunt out there. So what they did was they had a big setup where they had like this small food buffet, and she made a video where she's sitting in a chair reading the story to the kids. And you got to get your book signed and then go watch the movie of her reading sitting in a chair with these kids all around her. And at the very end, this little Rottweiler puppy is what Pepper is, comes into the room, like finding her. It is just so cute what she did. So the girl promoted her book that way. So I thought that was really cool. But hold on a minute and I'll show you the book. I'll be right back. Hold on, I'm grabbing me some water on the way. I'm like dying of thirst. But here is her. This is so adorable. I love the cover of the book. See? Isn't that cute? Finding Pepper. And there's her face. And that's her writing. She sends me Christmas cards every year, and she's got that little flair with her writing. Isn't that cute? So this is her first book. And then I have a magazine where they did a write-up about her. But this was really adorable. She did a good job. Look how cute that puppy is. That puppy's just so cute. But that's her. I'm like dying of thirst over here. And her album was with Jimmy Stevens, and they sang a gospel album together, but he passed away. And he was a really nice guy. It is. It almost looks like a beagle puppy, don't it? That's not a Roddy pup, but I don't think. That looks like a beagle pup to me, but it could be. I don't know. I don't know what she used. Well, no, maybe not. Because there he is in the inside of the book. German Rottweilers, I know, are smaller. Yeah, that's a Rott. You can tell because they had the tail clipped already. Look how cute. But my husband wanted a Rottweiler, and I looked them up, and there's ones that can get really big, but the German Rottweiler is really like a nice size. Like they don't get like overly big. But we never did get a Rott. We ended up with our Staffordshire. Roni, she's around here somewhere, hiding, sleeping. But she's a Staffordshire and part lab. I had her on camera last night for a little bit, but I didn't post that live. But look how cute this is. This here, too, is crafting stuff, too. I don't know if Tina's still in here or not. She sees some of my crafting supplies. She might want some because we share the same interests in our crafts. And then look how cool this is. I found this. It's sunflowers as duct tape. Can you believe that? Is that like so cool? Look, Tina, look. I found duct tape that's sunflowers. I can't wait to do a sunflower journal. We had, I'm not even sure where I got some of those. I kind of like was in different stores just looking around, but I didn't know that duct tape came in sunflowers. I thought that was adorable. So I got this. I got blue, red, and green. I think that's all the colors I have right now. I thought that was pretty. I want to do a sunflower one, but I haven't yet. So what can we open, guys? Usually I try to put something in the titles, but I want to open something. I mean, I could always put it in the title. I could always change the title. So, okay, so this is what I have to open. I have my Ipsy bag. I have my BoxyCharm, or I have the junk journal that I just bought off of Junie that came all the way from Australia. So which ones do you want to see? I haven't done hers yet. I'll let you guys take a vote. What do you want to see? The journal, BoxyCharm, or Ipsy? Ipsy and BoxyCharm's makeup. You want to see the Ipsy? All of them, but Ipsy first? Ipsy. Metro says, I'm out of here. I don't do makeup. All right, Metro. Thanks for stopping by. Chris is such a great supporter. Okay. So we'll do Ipsy first then. You guys are going to kill me on this because the only thing I hate about Ipsy is they never name what they put in. It's like you gotta guess. Sometimes the rating is so tiny. Okay, so let's see what we got. I'll tell you what I was really disappointed in. I started nibbing through, and I think I have the winter Walmart box somewhere around here. I started to nib through it, and I'm thinking, I don't think I'm going to like this one, but we'll see. This one says, swoon so hard. Well, how cool is this? They finally put a card in. I'm just sitting there complaining, and here it is. There's lots to love this month aside from your 5 personalized pick. Flip for more on those. Let us introduce your next beauty crush, Ipsy add-ons. Okay, so this is what they supposedly sent me. Well, let's see. First, I got a Cermitic Age Control Multivita, whatever that means. Is that like a mask or something? Vitamin C. Oh, yep, it is. Okay. It says vitamin C and vitamin B3 deeply penetrate to deliver brightening properties into dull skin to create a vital and bright complexion with translucent clarity. So this is what they sent. I don't know how many is in it, but it feels like a lot of serum. Maybe there's a couple in here. Let me see. Yeah, there's 2 in here. Okay, so that's nice. And then my bag. Ooh, the bag is so cute. See how funny that is? I gave away a lip bag in a giveaway, and I got one back. Look at those kissy lips. That bag is cute. You know, every once in a while, I will see some Ipsy bags in our Goodwill. People have donated them. Okay, so first off, Pixi. We got the Glow Tonic, which I have not got to try. So I get the Pixi by Petra. Nice. This is tip. Begin with clean skin. Soak a cotton pad with tonic and smooth it across your face, neck, and chest. Follow up your favorite moisturizer. So is this glow tonic kind of like a hey, Night Shame. Yeah, my electric went out. Is this like one of those things that you put on a cotton ball? What's it called? Tammy, I am forgetting my stuff. I'm telling you guys, age. When I had Mary Kay, I had a mask toner. Is that what this is? Is like a toner where it cleans and stuff off your skin? It says it's got ginseng in it to help with circulation and made with aloe to soothe. I don't know if that's what this is or not. Because usually you took toner and you cleaned it. Yeah, you know what toner is? Toner is like a step. Like, whenever I had my Mary Kay, it was in like, well, they changed it, which made me mad because I ended up quit using it because I took 2 different numbers because I have combination and oily skin. So I would clean with their bar of soap. They had like a cleanser bar for the summer because it's right when you wash your hands because, you know, people are busy through the summer because, you know, I started this when I was like 15. So I would clean my face with the soap, and I'll tell you what, it cleared up my acne like no other stuff in my entire life. I went through acne stage so terribly on my forehead because I had bangs, and the oil from my bangs would break out my forehead. And I'm not kidding. My forehead was awful when I was younger. So a friend of mine's mother had a Mary Kay party, and some of the people didn't show up. So she was like, why don't you kids come in here? So I was about 15 when I sat to 13 or 15. I know I was around that age. And I sat down for my first time and learned makeup. This is what's crazy. I hated makeup. And so I took the green mask because it absorbed the oil. And then the second step, you had to wash your face off. Well, first you wash your face off. I should say it's the second step, the mask is. You washed your face with the cleansing cream. And then you put the mask on, and it would burn and like a tingle and slightly burn where your most oil was because it would absorb it. And then after that, you cleaned it off because you let it sit till it dried. And then you just took a warm washcloth and wiped it off. And then after that, you took toner and put it on a cotton ball, and you would go over your skin. Toner was always something that you could skip those steps if you were in a hurry and just use toner because it would clean all the excess dirt off your face and turn your cotton ball like brown. Like it would pull all your stuff off, your makeup, your dirt of the day if you were running around. I was a mud kid. I mean, I loved playing in the dirt. You would find me out with my brother's toy cars before you'd see me in front of a mirror putting makeup on. I was a tomboy. I was the one who always made mud pies. So I was dirty a lot. So I always used toner. Then after you did the toner, they had a cream you kind of could put on your face to replenish, but I never used the cream because of me having oily skin. I never needed it. So this Pixie tonic is what I'm saying. It's called a glow tonic. Okay, wait a minute here. It is. Didn't I say, is this a toner? It says underneath glow tonic, it's an exfoliating toner. So yes, this is a toner. That's why you put it on your cotton ball and you clean your face. But they must have added some kind of glow in with it. That's why they don't call it a toner. They call it a glow tonic. So it is a toner. Cleans dirt. Amazing. Next product. And I quit wearing Mary Kay because this is what happened. I wore like a number 2, whatever was for oily skin. They had 1, 2, and 3. And one was for dry skin, one was for combo, and one was for oily. Well, because I have combination skin around my nose, it was like a 2 in one and then a 3 in another. Like I had combination between 2, and I believe it was the mask and something. I can't remember what it was, but all I know is Mary Kay combined two of the products. But when they did it, they put two with two, three with three, and one with one. And when they did it, it screwed up my whole routine because I didn't use a straight two. I used the two and three. So when they combined it and sold it as one and quit selling the other one by itself, it didn't work for me anymore. So the last time I went to a Mary Kay party, they put me on. They said my skin, because when you have oily skin, you tend not to have wrinkles as fast as other people. And I don't mean it to be rude. It's just because it keeps your skin moisturized. Wrinkles is caused a lot about, being out in the sun and being in dryness. And my skin just doesn't, I do not have 50-year-old skin. I have 20-something-year-old skin. And when I went in, the lady was, I have no wrinkles. I have some fine lines, and that's about it that I had under my eyes for a little bit. But I found a cream that fixed that. But she said, I was in my 40s when I went to my last one. She says, you just don't have skin for a 40-year-old. She says, we can't give you the time wise. So they stuck me on the botanicals, but there was something in the botanical that broke out my skin. Yes, I just turned 52. and it's funny because my skin doesn't look it. And then when I went to Sephora, they did a Beauty Insider on me, and they did Lock-It. The Kat Von D's at a thicker foundation, and a lot of people don't like that foundation because it's thicker. But if it wasn't for her foundation, I would have never found my fine lines. And this is what's interesting. I have it posted on my Instagram where I went out and sat in the car after she did the thing with Kat Von D, because I picked it. She let me pick all the stuff I wanted to play in. So I had one of those beauty people there, a makeup artist, did my face. And she let me pick out the makeup I wanted to try. So I said, well, I want to try Kat Von D's Lock-It. Well, when I went outside, because it was a little dimmer in the store, I did a selfie, and I was like, what the heck are those lines? And I pulled my face up, and I saw fine lines like right in here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Kat Von D's foundation is just not going to work for my skin because it's settled into the lines. And you will see a lot of beauty gurus say this. Well, it's not the foundation's fault. I had fine lines. So when I was through the 0.8L app, they had this serum. I met this company called Dermal Dab, and they had this thing for fine line and wrinkles, and it's got collagen and peptides. That's the things you want to look for whenever you start getting fine lines and stuff, because that's what helps. So this company had this free sample where you paid $3.99 or something like that. It was cheap for me to try this thing, because I'm like, well, I'm going to try it because, I'm going to see if this really works, because I have always heard about collagen. I have the bottle still in my bathroom. Well, I dabbed it, and they wanted a review on it in like 3 days. Well, realistically, when you're into makeup, you have to realize when you're doing a review on something, you're doing a first impression. When you're just using it once, you can't just say I used it once and spectacular. I mean, you could say it's spectacular for now, but let's see how it goes by the end of the day when it comes with some makeup. When it comes to skincare, that's impossible to give an accurate review and say something in 3 days. When it comes to collagen and peptide, you have to at least give it 3 to 6 weeks. You can't just put it on and say, oh, it's a miracle. It does not work that way. So when they kept pushing me to do a review, I did an incomplete. I told the truth. I said, I have to take an incomplete on this because I don't have enough time. I said, I will continue this product for 6 weeks and I will give you an adequate. But one thing I love about that particular app, it will let you update. So they accepted my incomplete, let me come back when the 6 weeks is up with the proof. So the proof was I used Kat Von D's Lock-It foundation. It showed my fine lines. So I told them at the end of 6 weeks after I'm using this, I'm going to come back and do this again and use the same foundation to see if it really worked. Because if this really works, this will settle again. So what was it was amazing. All I had to do every single night before bed was take this peptide with collagen in it and dabble it underneath my eyes where the fine lines were for 6 weeks straight. I did not miss. And I was in shock. I came back with this and put the Kat Von D locket. I have a before and after. They're both posted on my Instagram with all the information, and my fine lines were gone. It took about, I wouldn't say the entire 6 weeks to do it. I would say about maybe going into the fourth that I started really seeing a difference of the change, because it takes time. Stuff like that just doesn't happen overnight. So I couldn't believe it. And Dermal Dab was amazing. So they started following me when I did the review on Instagram. That's why I have so many Instagram followers, is because of makeup. I was up to like 3,000 at one time. I think I dropped to 2,800 because makeup is $1 billion industry. That's how you get your people. But what happened was, I mean, I got to meet a lot of really incredible people, so I can't complain through makeup. I really have. And I'm in the Influencer app, and I did the 0.8L app, and I have met incredible makeup people because of both of those apps. So when the company found out I had eczema come out on my ear, this is what, when you guys see me itching my ear over here, I have eczema real bad on this ear. And what eczema is, it's from the inside out. There's no cure for it. So they have to, you just got to use like hydrocortisone cream, or oatmeal is good, something with oatmeal in it. But I've got to constantly change medicines, and it drives me crazy after a couple days. It's awful. I hate eczema. So the same company was selling, her son has it, the same one that my fine lines, the Dermal Dab. So what happened was, when she found out I had eczema and I wanted to try a product, she recommended one. She goes, well, we have one on the site. So I went and checked it out. Well, she had 2 different sizes. One was like this size, and the other bottle was like a lot bigger. So here what she did was, since I did a review, this totally shocked me, because they are so wonderful at sending you notes with your first name. They're like, Dear Tammy, and it's like so cool when you see that from a company. And she sent me a letter and said, we just love how you loved our fine line cream and the review you did on it. So we're going to give you the bigger one for the price of the little one. So they gave me triple the size for the price of the little one. I was so shocked when they did this, and they wrote a letter with it. So they let me test it to do another one. But unfortunately, my eczema is a little too bad for. Her cream was soothing, but it doesn't cure it. Like, it didn't do, I needed something like more, with more medication in it, where she had a lot of all natural products. And I told her, I said, it kept it from itching for a little bit, but then by the end of the day, it was still bad. Like, I had to go back to my hydrocortisone cream. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and give it like a mediocre review, because it didn't do as good as what I thought it would. So she was okay with it. You know what I mean? She wanted honesty. So that's one of the reasons why I love that company. And she says, if there's ever anything you ever want to try, she says, you just let us know. She says, you're more than welcome always to do a review on our products, because we trust you as a reviewer. I mean, they were amazing. So that's how I ended up kind of getting into reviews and stuff. And I've had free brushes sent. Like Jennifer, you know, she's finding out, have you gotten stuff free? She's gotten stuff free to review on her channel. Amazon sellers will reach out to you too once they see that you're reviewing. I got a complete makeup brush set, and because I did a review for that company, they let me pick a free prize out of whatever was in their warehouse. I go, well, what do you carry? But at the time, I happened to be looking for cross charms. And she actually gave me one. It's on one of my necklaces. Yes. But I haven't been into reviewing like I should be lately because my store kind of took over and it made it hard for me to choose between both. But I do miss doing some makeup reviews, but it can get very costly if you don't watch. Yep. And it's amazing the people that will reach out to you, Tina, on YouTube, because did you see where Ty, because she was doing fitness stuff and she's like really into that kind of stuff, she was actually given a mini refrigerator free to review. Do you believe that? And it's a nice one. They send her the cutest little mini fridge. She keeps stuff in it. It's really cool. I love watching Ty's channel too. But anyways, so this one here is called Be Bright. It's an illuminating concealer. And this is in medium beige, which is pretty much my colors. My colors go from, they don't change much. And I thought it was funny when somebody came at me in my comment section when I did a makeup review. Well, from 15 to 40, your skin has changed. It really hasn't. I have never worn light. I have always been in the medium range. It has never changed. Now, when I'm in the sunshine during the summer, my freckles would pop out more and it would look like, it would be darker. So, of course, like, I think it was like a warm beige, but I was always in a beige. Like, I would have to go in between the light beige and the warm beige, but that's it. I've never been any other color my whole life. So you can't always believe everything beauty gurus tell you either. You know your skin. That's what matters. And I know that there's some of them that get deeper tans in the summer. I never tan. I burn on my face and tan on my back. So I never wore concealer and that kind of stuff. When my face was burnt, it stayed natural. I didn't put makeup over burnt skin because it hurt too much. So that part didn't matter. But my freckles sometimes would peek through when I was younger, my makeup. So, and I don't really think you could get any darker than your freckles, to be honest. So I never really tried to be a full coverage girl when it came to freckle time. I kind of stayed with medium, but I am pretty much a warm beige too. Every time I've been matched, it's always been the same. And one thing I do love about Sephora is they run this thing over your skin in a few different places, and it literally worked. They have a number, I think it's mine's 36 something, that when I go into the Sephora app, all I have to do is go down the list and look for that number for my makeup preferences, and it'll shoot me every single foundation they have in my color. So one might be beige, one might be light beige, one might be, but they're all pretty close to the same colors, and they match you with I think it's called an IQ number for your skin or something. I don't know, but it worked for me because I know what color I wear in my Lancome, and they matched me perfectly. So when you have somebody at the counter in a complete different store, I think it was Macy's, she matched me with my Lancome, and when they did the skin, it matched me with the same color. So they did the right thing. They gave me the right color. So Ipsy's pretty good, because this is pretty much what color I would pick. Would be like a medium beige. So they pretty much matched me up with what I would pick out of a store. So they did good. So you have that. And it is Kooky Cosmetics, which will be different to try, which is elephant in Korean, which symbolizes boldness and beauty. It's medium to full coverage formula. So I can handle that. The next product is a nail lacquer. And this is and I don't know the name of it. It says Cosmo Beauty, I guess, by Pulse. I don't know what Pulse says. Let me see what the bottle says. Yeah. Now this is a pretty color. This is like a red. I would definitely wear that. It looks brighter on my phone. Actually darker. It's a dark red. And this is by Inera. It's called Inera Cosmo Beauty Nail Polish Impulse. The fiery red shade was created just for Ipsy by Sage Cosmetics. Cruelty-free. Nice. Tip. Hold your brush in the middle of your nail and gently push the brush down toward your cuticle. Then swipe up and repeat for another coat. I like how they give their little tips. So I like that. And then the last thing they gave me was Belle Argent Cream Lip Color. Ooh, this looks nice. This looks like another red shade. It's called I'll Bring It Dessert. I like red. And I do like that Ipsy lets you go in and they pick out your preference. And I've had a hard time choosing if I would cancel which one I would. Because the one thing I do love about Ipsy, and now that they got the thing that they sent out with the makeup's even better, is they let you pick your brands. Look how pretty that is. That would be a color I would wear. So yeah, they picked my preferences really good this month. And that's the one thing I love, where BoxyCharm, you pay more money, and they don't let you pick. They keep sending me false eyelashes. I freaking hate false eyelashes. And it makes me upset because you're paying them, and they keep saying that their preference is to you. Well, I think that they should do what Ipsy does. Ipsy's now got the card without the cost. But now, let's see, BoxyCharm lets you pick your preferences. Once you pick your preferences on BoxyCharm, I'll be totally happy with it. But I didn't get the BoxyLuxe, and I heard they upped this too. But you know how cool it'd be, Jennifer? I want to go to one of the gatherings. I want to go to one of the beauty cons. So bad. Just one. Even if it's Gen Beauty in New York, I want to hit one of them in my lifetime. I think some of us YouTubers need to get together and, yeah, I know, I seen where they started doing that. But that's what I want to do. I want to go to Gen Con. We need to go to Gen Con, Jen. I want to get some group of people. You know how cool that would be to be able to, like, rent a room and have a pajama party and go to Gen Con and get some free makeup bags. You know how cool that would be? I would so enjoy that. And the one person I follow on Instagram, Sadie, she was actually doing live that was so awesome. She was explaining, because she's kind of thrifty too, you know, she's not rich, but she's not poor either, but you know what I mean? She kind of wants to save money. That's what I love about YouTubers when they take you on the trips with them. She was talking about Gen Con up in New York, and I was asking her questions in her live feed. I will go to her comment section sometimes and ask her questions. I think that she was saying something about a hotel within almost walking distance of where you needed to go that was reasonable. She was telling you the cost of it all, like the whole breakdown to go to one of these. And I forget which one it's for Ipsy. Is Ipsy the one that's called Gen Con? I don't know. Ipsy's one of them. And they go to it every year. And she was talking, and I was thinking, this is like so cool. But I don't think she did it on her YouTube video. I'm going to have to go back to her YouTube, because I want to ask her questions. Like, I would love to know details of how much it costs and things like that to save up to go. I think something like that would be so much fun. Thanks to the person that gave me the thumbs down. I appreciate it. But anyway, I'll block them out anyway. I don't know why they waste their time, because I could go in and change that preference and nobody's going to see it anyways. These beads are cute. I just wish they had one in between these and the ones I bought, because look at the difference. I like to have ones just a little bigger. See, these ones are real big, and these ones are real tiny. I need like a medium bead in between. Because I like tying these ones into my journals, but sometimes the cord that I use is too big for the holes. So I need one slightly bigger. But I love my makeup. I want to open Junie's journal. I can't stand it. Because this title is already going to have Ipsy. Let's do BoxyCharm. We'll do BoxyCharm and then we'll do Junie. Because I want to see her journal. I've been dying to see it. It's been sitting in my room for a week. Hold on. And I even got something from Bonnie, too. To my baby. My puppy's back here decorating my bed. She's so darn cute. I just want to kiss her. She hates it when I kiss her fuzzy face. I don't know what I did with Junie's postcard. I don't know. I move stuff around. I can't find anything. I'm terrible about that. Okay. So BoxyCharm's next. We'll do another makeup. You know, my dog gets mad at me sometimes because I'll be all over her face like Pepe Le Pew. She goes at me. She gives me this real long doggy side. Like, Mom, stop kissing my face. Hey, Sarah. There's Rebel Toys. I'm making new live tonight to be able to post a good one. My BoxyCharm box is not cooperating, guys. Ugh. Hold on. I can't get it open. Okay. So my BoxyCharm for this month says Afterglow. Okay, so let's see what we have. Oh, really? You know, this is like overrated. It's full size. I've had so many samples of this damn thing. Pardon my French, but I'm sick of Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I've had so many of it, but this is the full size. I've had so many samples of these, like they were trying to shove it down our throats. And I love Too Faced eyeshadow palettes. Well, I'm glad you're popping in to show some love. So this is their mascara. It's supposed to be better than Sex, which is just impossible because I'm sorry. There is no mascara on this earth that's better than Sex. But anyways, $24 is what you pay for this size, which is not bad. And I'm not saying it's a bad mascara, but it's definitely not better than Sex. Anyways, so then we go to Pretty Vulgar. What did they give me from Pretty Vulgar? Bronzed bronzer. I don't even use bronzer. I've been really disappointed in BoxyCharm here lately. So they sent me this bronze bronzer that I'm never going to use. And it's worth $32, even though I do like the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow palettes. And then the next thing they sent me, No Pore Blemish Primer, Touch and Soul. Now this will be cool to try because I got bigger pores like around my nose. It says create a seamless canvas for your foundation. This is going to be fun to try because I don't care for, see, which one was it? Let me think about it for a second. They have one they sell in Walmart, and it's a pore primer called Baby Face or something like that. It's terrible. It greases up my face, so I don't like it. And I tried the more pricier one, which does last a while, from gosh, I've done so many makeup reviews I can't even remember the names of everything. Isn't that awful? It's another one that you put over your pores before you put your makeup on. It's oh, I forget what company it's from. It'll come to me. Well, anyway, I like it better. It actually works better. So this will be interesting to try to see what it does, because this is another primer. So this will be interesting. And then that retails for $18, which is not bad because you get a lot in there. Primers last a while. And then you have the Sol de Janeiro, sorry. This here is the Cocoa Cabana Cream. I don't have dry skin. So that doesn't help either. This is for like really, they must think everybody's dehydrated. This might be good like to use on my legs after I shave, but it's not going to be on my face for sure. And then the last thing is the Nudex Magnetic Eye Color. And don't worry, Jen, if I don't like it, I'll put it in a giveaway. And here is the Magnetic Luminous Eye Color. And this is Copper Foil. Okay, so we got the Copper Foil Eye Color. This is a super long wearing eyeshadow pencil. Okay. So this is an eyeliner. And it's in copper foil. Supposedly that's the color. This is going to be interesting. I don't know what kind of eyeshadow I would wear this with. That would look pretty funky. I like black. I do have a navy blue and I like once in a while, but to be honest, I know there's a lot of people out there that like trying different colors, but when you're trying to match this with eyeshadows, I just can't think of an eyeshadow I would wear this with. I'd probably wear it by itself. Oh, they always give me odds and ends. I've been with BoxyCharm since almost the very beginning, and I have noticed that the people who have been with them longer tend to get different products, and the people who come in later tend to get like whatever's left over, which I think is pretty sad. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Because sometimes I look at their boss and I'm like, what? And it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just a flash in the past for me. But this is like a cocoa color. Me and this would not mix. I mean, look at my skin tone to that. That's like so much off my skin color that even if because I do know how to, you know, bronze and that, but I just, too dark. This just would not be something I would pick. Way too dark. I mean, I've done, you know, down my nose and different things. And I do look like, speak Tammy, like the slimmer effect that bronzers do. But it's just, you know how many mascaras I have? I have so many mascaras, it's awful. And this here, the copper, is $24. So, I mean, you do get your money's worth. It's just that sometimes I think some of this is repetitive. And honestly, I would have rather have had an eyeshadow palette over this. Because this is like the crappy box. This is all you got. When you have an eyeshadow palette, it like takes up your box. I feel like ripped off with this bronzer. I feel like there should be an eyeshadow palette in here. Eyeshadow is one of my favorite things, though, too. Yep. I think maybe people were complaining that they were putting too many eyeshadow palettes in, but I don't know. I've been really disappointed in the last few boxes. But I'll just keep putting in giveaways. No big deal. I'll share it. Because I know what I don't like, somebody else will. I like my Ipsy so much better. I can honestly say Ipsy made me happy. Okay, here's Junie's box. This is what it comes in. So her journals fit in here really nice and neat. Look how cute she packs her journals. First off, this is stuff she adds, which I will show later. This is the last journal I bought off of her. It's weird. For her to send this to me cost $24, which is not bad. Because when I send to Australia, well, of course, it's usually an Ulta box. So, about 36 or so. It's about the same then, I guess. Okay. So, Junie wraps her stuff up so neat. Look how cool she does this. She puts everything in tissue paper, and all this is reusable. This is her twine. You can reuse this all in crafting. So, let me get this open. This will be good to use on tags. And then I get her little business card, which is cute. And then here's, look how cute that is. It's a bunch of little pieces of paper stapled. So you can add like buttons or anything to the top of these. That's so cute. Look at what she sends. She sent a cute little bingo card with the sunflower. And it's all where she used the sewing machine. She sent this. I love this stuff. She sends the most incredible items. Look how pretty these are. All these cute flowers. And she looks like she caught. I've done this where you put coffee dyed paper on the back to use them as tags. That's so cute. And then here is her art because she loves to paint and draw. This is one of her art cards. She says, thank you so much for purchasing yet another Willow Bound journal. So glad you love the Cherry Blossom journal. Hope you love flipping through it and using it. Hope you like the extras too. You're absolutely amazing. So beautiful and lovely. She's so awesome. Such a privilege to... Such a privilege to know you. Much love and big hugs, JD. That is so pretty. Okay, and then here she's always sending me extra goodies. She's very thoughtful that way because she takes into consideration how much we pay for shipping. Look how cute that is. There is an altered tag or a paper clip. She sent this tag, and look, I bet this is filled. She did. She sent me one of her little goodie folders filled with tags and stuff. Look at this. Ephemera. Oh, I love it. Aww. Happy birthday, Tammy. So glad to send you this little birthday gift. Hope you like it. She sent this to me for my birthday. I made it especially for you, with you in mind. Hope this is an amazing year for you, filled with lots of joy and laughter. Sending lots of birthday love and hugs, JD. Oh, isn't that awesome? She spoils me rotten. Look at all these goodies. Yes, yes, I love them. So that's what she did. She made me this for my birthday. And that's another thing, too, with all this stuff, because they can include it in. Look at her washi tape. She washi tapes it, and I do try to save this. So I'm going to have to rip into this another way. Because you know what? Some lady was like, what do you do with washi tape that doesn't stick anymore? And I'm like, hello, glue. Because what I do is I take the pieces of washi tape off of this, and like say pieces of this will stick to it. I cut around it and then re-glue it to what I'm using it on. So you can recycle that. This is adorable, girls. Look. This is the cherry blossoms. Usually I'm not a pink person, but I love this cover. Look at the cover. Look at that. She did the flip through, and these are so adorable. It's got a heart. I love these charms. Look at this little fan. And she has a little key. And then look how cute this is. These little charms are absolutely adorable. And then you open this up, and she always puts goodies right in the very front of her envelopes. Look at this. Whole bunch more goodies. And this is what the flip through is. Gotta turn around. This is her cards. I'm working in one of her journals right now that I've been writing in. My whole month of February. I have one I'll be doing a flip through in the near future of the one I use, the Bonnies. Look how cute this is. And this is eyelash. It's called, it's like ephemera. It's called eyelash something. Eyelash trim or something, but there's other names for it. Isn't that cute? It's like so fuzzy. And then here's an envelope with a card in it. I'm not going to pull everything out. I just want to do a quick flip through for you guys because she did an amazing job on this. So you all can see the colors. She has lots of colors in this one. And I think this was a digital kit, if I'm not mistaken. I see she's into Tim Holtz papers. I see lots of lined goodies. And a lot of these types that you can print off, they're printables. That actually saves on shipping if you create some of these printables, because anybody can come and get them, and you just download them to your computer. And I think they come off as JPEGs. And she likes using these little bags. I sent her some in mail. I sent her a Bonnie, a box of Happy Mail with some stuff in it too. But this, I think, was a whole in digital kit is what this was. And look at this postcard. Look how cute that is. And she's got a ticket as a tuck pocket. Oh, is that like not a cute idea? And here's some more. I could look at these things all day. I never get sick of seeing junk journals flip throughs. I could just type in junk journals on YouTube and just watch flip throughs for hours. And look at this envelope. How cool that is. It's beautiful. Look at that. Oh. I love her journals. I'm addicted to her journals. Look at this. She put a piece of lace in through here. This one here's got a little bit more pinky in it. But I like her style too. I don't think it's just color. It's pretty. Yeah, fur. Is that what you call it? Fur. Look how pretty that is. She finds the coolest looking stuff. And here's an envelope. I think you could be crafty like this too, Jen. I think you could make one of these. I'd like to see what Jennifer would. Maybe that's what we'll challenge. We'll challenge Jennifer to make a junk journal. See what she comes up with. And she used that postcard to make a pocket. That's a cute idea too. It is like that, not pretty. Some of these are like really hard to write in. They're so gorgeous. But like, look how shiny that is. Like that's like a jewel like look. It's like she finds the most daintiest but prettiest stuff. It's like unbelievable. And she sent me these butterflies. Look how pretty these are. I love this stuff. It's like she totally knows my taste. Look at that ticket. It's huge. She totally does. She knows my taste and everything. It's like we have the same exact taste and stuff when it comes to this kind of stuff. I get a bunch of pieces of her things I'll be using. These are paper buttons. Look how cute that is. It's a paper button. Adorable. You know what's weird, Jen? When I came back and looked at the video after everything had happened, there was 145 views on that video. That's how you know there's a gang of people. I have usually like probably around at the very beginning, maybe like between 35 and 50. But having 145, you know there's something going on. I mean, no offense, but yep. True, but that's still a lot. I don't think I've ever had that many views on a video before, but that's okay. It's deleted. It's gone. But I did it for a specific reason, which you will know. But one thing I will tell you guys is this. When you make videos on YouTube and you have the same kind of issue I did, do not post it. For the simple reason is this, and I'll explain it to you. I took away their bragging rights. And that's why they were angry, and they texted me on Facebook today. Because I know a guy who was on here, and he would go around making videos and downloading other people's videos and putting it on his channel or sharing it. And I did not give that option. I took it away from them. And that's one thing that's nice about when you control your own videos is that you do what you want with your channel. This is my channel, not theirs. They're not going to take it from me. And that's just all there is to it. So, you know, and a lot of people would have probably ran or hid or maybe not have come online. I was even suggested not to. But I am too headstrong for that. It's not going to work with me. And that's why I always tell people, when you are running a channel or you are running a chat room or you're doing anything on the web, you have got to have tough skin. You just do. These people that kill me, that tell me all the time, they set their privacy settings on YouTube because they're afraid this and this. I said, people don't realize that even if you block someone, even on Facebook, for instance, you can go into somebody else's account and look at that person's stuff. You can't keep a person away from things. You can set pictures to private, but there's always a way in. That's the one thing about the internet that people just don't understand. I think, to be honest, I think it would be hysterical, and it probably will make a few people mad, but I think YouTube should take away the thumbs down, and they should also take away the power of people being able to use privacy controls on who is actually subscribed to your channel. I think everybody's entitled to know who's stalking their channels. Because I think that sometimes that's what the social is, the internet is. It's a platform to get into everybody else's business. So I have to say to the people who did what they did last night, because you guys are funny, you'll never get to me, so good luck. You will never ruin my day. You will never upset me. So, you know, how do you like that pie in your face? So, yeah, that's how I feel. And I just think it's comical that people do try to do that kind of stuff to people. I'm not that... You can't get to me. No matter what you think you can do, you can't. So, let them simmer on that for a little bit. And you notice that they're out there lurking because as soon as I made that comment, I got another thumbs down. Did you see that? Because I'm going to take that power away from them too. Because as soon as I upload my video, I can go into my advanced settings and I can hide your little thumbs downs. I have the power over my channel. Do you hear me? Loud and clear. It's my channel. So anyways, I've been through worse. That's what I think is funny is they thought their setup was so smart and it was really stupid. Because I have been through a lot worse. And I have seen a lot worse. You wouldn't believe it. I could read a story about things I've seen on the internet. But anyway, see, you can tear the pieces of tissue paper off. Like down to a certain level. And then once you can't tear it off anymore, I can try to get it off as much as possible, but I can reuse this. I can take glue and just reuse this on like something else at one of my projects, or I can just save it in one of my books because I know it came from Junie. Like put it back in her journal, which I've done that before too. This tissue paper, man, whoo, it does not want to come off this washi tape. My daughter's excited to see the book I made too because I was teasing her with it. She goes, Mom. And I said, well, I couldn't have you see it. I said, I couldn't have posted that live anyways because she sneaks in and watches my YouTube channel. And I didn't want her to see what I got her daughter for her birthday. Oh, it's there, Jen. They're playing around. They'll click it and then they'll take it back off. It's hysterical. It disappeared and then they came back again. I see it on my end. I just think it's comical. But it's okay. Because the joke's on them, not me. I had, here's another card. Like, Junie has sent cards like this, and it's her art. Look how pretty. She does her card. I got another one and another one, or, I think this was a Beyond Blue pack she sent. Yeah, I do. I agree with that, Tina. But I honestly, this is my thought on the thumbs up and down personally. When I go into someone's video and if I don't like it, I just leave. You know what I mean? If somebody else might enjoy their content just because I don't, it just must be my preference. And I just don't feel that it's fair to give someone a thumbs down unless they're absolutely doing something. It'd have to be pretty bad. And basically, I just leave a channel. You know, I try to give, like, if it's something new in a new category that I have never heard of, I probably watch a couple videos. And if it doesn't work, like if I just don't like it after a couple, I just leave that channel. I mean, to me, that's just fair. I just don't think... I mean, a thumbs up to me shows appreciation, that I've been to your channel, that, you know, I like your content, that you're a good person. That's what a thumbs up means to me. I just don't see a point of a down. If you had, we're just like regular people. If this was like a network where TV shows were coming in and checking out content, like you're in a contest or something, I could see a thumbs up and thumbs down, like as a judgment, you know what I mean? Like we like your stuff or we don't. But I just feel that because they found out that they're putting bots on channels and thumbs downing people, that's what's causing the issue of all these thumbs down problems. Because I know when I was in Yahoo, I would hear people talk about how they make bots that would go around. I think there was a game that you had to be on at certain times and you had to click, and they created bots to do this. I just feel like the web brought so much good, but it brought so much bad at the same time. You know, there's so many things that people can do to manipulate on the web. And they're finding out that there's bots on here. I mean, heck, they had bots on Yahoo. Bots were so bad on Yahoo, it was ridiculous. I don't know if either one of you had been to a Yahoo chat room. I think you had, Jen. But what had happened is when I first started on Yahoo, there was barely any bots. Okay. Then all of a sudden, it was kind of comical when people didn't have sound. This is like, I'm going to tell you a funny story because I thought this was funny. They had like porn bots come in. And what they would say is kind of like, you know how when you were on late night years ago and you would have these sexy voices going, call me if you want to talk and all this stuff. And you know, it was like a porn thing. Well, Yahoo would get these bots that would come in and they would say, hi, my name is so-and-so and I'm a co-ed at this dorm or whatever. They just made up stuff to try to get you to use your credit card to see cams. I don't know if they actually had it where you could call them, but they had cams set up. So Yahoo, when people found that it was exploitable and that they were able to run more bots in there, they started creating more and more and more, and it kept flooding up the chat rooms. So then it got to a point where it was comical because you'd be sitting in a room and say somebody had been in chat for their first time and they didn't have a headset. They were brand new to the room. They started making bots that were interacting with each other. Like you would see a conversation. It looked like two people talking if you didn't know the difference. You would see a person come in, hi Julie, how are you? And then my name's Mandy, and me and Julie are friends, and they would just start this big old conversation, and they were bots. And we would sit there and laugh at these guys that would come in thinking they were real people. Like they didn't have a headset, they didn't know anything about chat, and they're like, well, hello, Mandy and so trying to flirt with these girls. Don't realize they weren't real. And then next thing, this guy would type in, I tried to instant message that person and they were asking me for my credit card number. We would laugh because we're like, it's a bot. But you could tell the difference once you had been in there a while, if you had been in there when it started. So the bots got so bad that when it got released, and I don't know, it was something that needed patched in Yahoo. Something would come and patched. The next thing you would know, you would be sitting in a room and it would just go crazy. And the bots would fill up the entire chat room. And I'm not talking booter bots because they had those too. This was porn bots. They would literally flood the chat room and only like 3 people could fit in the room. Because I think Yahoo had the capacity of 50 people. I can't remember. It's been a while. But there would be you with 2 other people having a conversation. The rest of the room was bots. And it got to be so annoying because you could block the bots out. There was people that created booter programs that would knock the bots out just to have a chat room. I mean, it was constantly a battle in Yahoo. It was free. The chat rooms were a blast. The voice was amazing. Their voice server was amazing. They had the best talk button. And 50 people in a room could share the talk. Like we all had microphones, and if I was tired of talking, you could talk. And if you were tired of talking, Jennifer, you could share the stream. Like this live stream could be shared. But it was a chat room, not a live stream. But yet we were on cam live like I am with you guys, but we could all see each other at the same time. There was never this one person could only see one person at a time. It's like you had a cam, she had a cam, I had a cam. We were all looking at each other at the same time. So whenever somebody wanted to see your cam, they had to ask permission. You would click and you would get a pop-up and you could either let them see you or not. And that's what I liked about Yahoo. You could control it. Where YouTube, you're an open source. Whoever sees you can come into your channel, and so could Paltalk. Paltalk's the same way, but I think you have to pay to see cams in there. There's like, you have to pay for a purple name or a blue name or whatever. And I forget what the subscription is for a year, but it's all open and you can see whoever you want. So that's what Pal Talk's chat. Like, I have a chat room there on Pal Talk. I'm just never in it because I'm always on YouTube. But I was in it the other night for about 15 minutes. I get to talk to a couple of my friends. Where have you been? That's all I hear when I go to Pal Talk. I say, I'm sorry, but you got to come to YouTube if you want to see me. Yes, it was a blast. And Yahoo was free. Like, that's what kills me is like, these people destroyed a really good program because we could all cam, we could all talk, we could all hang out, we could all have so, and it was all free. It didn't cost you anything. And you had a messenger and everything where you could message people if you wanted to. And if you didn't, you could close them and only people on your buddy list could message you. So they had great privacy settings. And I'm not saying that Yahoo wasn't exploitable too. They had booters. What booters would do, that's another story. People would come in and be like, I've been hacked. Somebody disconnected me from Yahoo. And I'm like, that's not hacking, dude. That's an exploit. They're hitting you with a boot program. And it was a little program made with this other program. I forget what it was called. But it was a timer. So what a person would do is like, your name's Tina A. I would type in the word Tina A. And then I would hit you with PM bombs or whatever. And it was on a timer. And it was all about Yahoo. It had nothing to do with your computer. It just knocked you out of Yahoo. And I used to get hit by these assholes all the time. I mean, it's like I'd be sitting there talking. Next thing, my whole room's getting booted. People and my friends were getting booted. I was getting disconnected. So then some of the guys who loved Yahoo started creating programs to prevent that from happening. So you had Chet Simpson that created Y-Tunnel. And if you used his program, you didn't get disconnected. The whole room could get booted out and you were still sitting there. Because you were using his program. They started getting smarter. The chatters were getting smarter than the booters. And that's what I thought was a lot of fun. Because I used Yah Elite to chat in Yahoo. I used Y-Tunnel to chat in Yahoo. And Yah Elite was a whole other program that wasn't Messenger, but it would still take you to the chat rooms. It was just multifunctional. Like, there was a lot more to it. And it was hysterical because Yah Elite, the voice was separate. And this was comical. I remember this guy coming in the room one time, and he left, but his voice, he could still hear because the voice box was separate from the chat room. And Mary goes, that asshole, he come back in the room. What did you call me? She thought he left because you would see his name leave, but his ears were still there. We laughed because you knew they were listening because you could see a number by the talk button in Messenger that would say 7 people. And what that meant was 7 people were in the room listening besides you. And a lot of people didn't know what that number meant. And I remember one time this guy came in. He goes, why is my volume up to 20? He goes, do I sound loud to you guys? We're like, what are you talking about? He says, I have this button. It says I'm 20. I said, are you looking by your talk button? And he says, yes. I said, that's not your volume, honey. That's how many people's in the room besides you. He didn't know what that number meant. Oh, it was funny. Yahoo was a blast. But like I said, I had people threaten me. I even seen 2 females become friends and get into a fight, and the other one called the cops on that person, and they ended up at their house. Familiar? Hello? I know all this stuff can happen. That's why I think it's hysterical. They think they shocked me, and they didn't. I was not shocked. I mean, I feel that it was a waste of resource, the crap that they did, because it wasn't me that paid. It was who came here that paid the price. That was a waste of resources, what they did. Because somebody that really needs help, that part I don't find funny. I think they were stupid. But on my part, I could care less because I have seen all this being done before. It's like, this is not new news. So if you're coming to YouTube and you don't know this stuff can happen, I feel for the people that this happens to that's never been through it. Because they're hurting. They're not hurting us. They're hurting the people out there that are really trying to save lives and to, serve the law. That's who they're hurting. But for somebody else, like, if there was another elderly on here that was my age and had never known the experience that I've had through Yahoo, they probably would have died if that happened to their house. But they're messing with a different person here, because I'm not shocked what they did at all. That's what I find, that it backfired. The pie's in their face, not mine, because I've seen all this stuff happen. It's sad that the web can bring you such beautiful things and beautiful people in your life, but it can also bring ugliness. It's just like anything else in life. There's always a balance and juggle between good and evil all the time, no matter what you do. And unfortunately, people don't see the big picture of the web. They don't understand, like, to me, what the web means. I met Charlene, who's a wonderful person to me. She's Australian. We met on MSN. It's not that I didn't feel for people, when a tragedy happened in another country, because my sympathy can feel for those people. But I have gotten to know them. And it makes it more personal. You know what I'm saying? Like when they had like a great big mud issue, there was mudslides and a bunch of stuff going on in Australia one year when me and Charlene were talking. I was really worried about her. Like, is she okay? She, and they were running around with all kinds of emergencies. She did get in touch with me through my email at the time. She's now on my Facebook, so we always stay in touch. But it's like when you know people in that country, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think with the internet, why didn't world peace happen? Why didn't we have more world peace? Because we are meeting people in other countries. We are talking to them. I had a friend from Australia come and stay with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not just the laws and everything in the United States. You're learning everything about their culture. And I think that's so fascinating. Yes. And I don't understand why people can't appreciate the good that it brought instead of bringing bad into it all the time. Because I personally love it. But what's going to happen is, just like everything else, Yahoo was alive for many, many years. I was in Yahoo since 2001. Do you know when it went down? 2012. Yahoo was in my life for over 11 years. I can't remember what month it was in 2012, but people abused it so bad, and there was constant complaints. They got tired of keeping up with it. Plus, there was people pulling sponsorship because bad things were happening. And I feel like it's happening all over with YouTube. I feel like I'm going through it all again. From Yahoo to here. People are destroying a good thing. And I would not be surprised. We never thought Yahoo would ever go away. We thought Yahoo would be here forever. You remember the commercials? Yahoo! I remember hearing them on TV. And we never dreamed it would die. And I feel like it's happening to YouTube. Like, if people don't stop abusing it, everything's going to go away. And they don't think it's going to happen. We didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. And then who are they going to terrorize? You know what I'm saying? If you're on the net and you're terrorizing people and you have that taken away from you, where are you going to go when it's no longer here? And that's the part I think is sad. They think they're gaining something and they're not. They're losing something very precious. And that's the sad part. But I just, I've had great people. When I was in Yahoo, I met Kim. I met Rita. She passed away. She was fighting lupus the whole time I knew her. And I flew to Florida. She came online one day and she said, "Sis, I just can't do it anymore." She was going through blood work and a bunch of tests and everything. So I got a credit card and flew to Florida. My husband's like, "What are you doing?" I had never flown in my life. My life grew like people will never realize because of Yahoo. I took the girls with me. I took my daughters with me when we went. And I got to see Rita before she died. And it was the best flight I ever decided to take in my life. We knew each other for 6 years through Yahoo. And she died the following September. And I've got pictures of us together. We met at the Cracker Barrel down in St. Pete. We stayed in Fort Myers, and her and her husband. I didn't even know her husband was sick. He died after her. So I got to. They wouldn't even let us pay for breakfast. They paid for our breakfast. I'm like, we're here to visit you, not the other way around. And they're like, no. And she did. She paid for me and the girls to eat with them. And then I loved it though. What happened also for a reason, not just for Rita, but my daughter ended up in a job where she had to fly. And she told me, she says, Mom, I thank God my first flight was with you, before I left home, because I would have never been in a plane before. So that was an experience for her too. So, it was awesome. And then Steven was a good friend of mine in New York. He was amazing. And he was on my list to go see. And he died of a stroke. I was talking to him through Facebook, and he had a heart attack. And he told me he wasn't feeling good, something about heartburn. And then his wife, I mean, I come on like 3 days later and his daughter's crying. And I'm like, what the heck? And here he died. He even told me he thought he was having a heart attack. But then he looked up the symptoms and thought it was indigestion. And then he died. And his wife, Mary, said she woke up and he was right beside her. So it's like the internet has touched my life in so many ways. People will never realize, because the people that I met, I had emails like a pal like this big that I still have of me and him talking. And he used to blow all his friends away. He created a lot of beautiful art through the Java applet. And he made us birthday cards every year. Like there was nothing to go into your email and find a rocket with your name on it and a happy birthday. You know what I mean? He was just really kind. And I had a lot of his art, and I was in the process of making him a book because he didn't have a printer. I was making him the sleeves and copying off a bunch of stuff for him. And I was going to mail it to him. And he died before he got it. It was supposed to be a birthday present surprise. And so he even told me when his first granddaughter was born that he wanted all the, Betty Boop cartoons and stuff. And I found them on discs at Walmart in a $5 bin. So I picked up the discs to put in. And when he never saw them, he never knew I did it. And then I got in touch with his daughter. And I said, I have something I think your dad would want you to get, for you to have. And she texted me, she says, Tammy, you made my Christmas. I mean, she just cried. She says, I never knew. I said, he never knew I was mailing this to him. And he wanted your daughter to have this. And it had like all the Popeye and like all the older cartoons. And I made sure she got what her dad wanted her to have. And it was just crazy. I mean, you can get really touched by people that you let in as long as they're the right people. And then, of course, you have your backstabbers. I mean, you do got to watch the bad ones too. But for the most part, the good ones is why I stick it out. The good ones is why I can tolerate the stuff that people dish. Because they're worth more than the bad could ever give me. So you got to take all that into consideration when you do this. Because I was like a behind the scenes type of person. I like hid, like I was never one to want to be in a newspaper or published or public or whatever. You take that chance on social media. I was always the person like to hide behind the scenes. YouTube's changed my life in that way. Because even when I was on Yahoo, I shared a chat room with two, other people. I wasn't the one always hogging the mic and always the one on the camera. You know what I mean? We shared. So that was a little different. So when I came to YouTube for the first time and I'm doing a video, I'm like, I can't do this. I feel like I'm talking to myself. It took me like 5 times to do my first video for YouTube because I felt weird not having a live stream. At least with you guys in here, you're texting with me while I'm talking, so I don't feel like I'm by myself. But when I shot my first video, it was really weird because I didn't have nobody to answer back. So YouTube was an adjustment. But I'm out there now. And like I said, it didn't matter. But I thought it was funny though, because that girl called me a liar on the wrong address, and I didn't lie. She had the wrong address because the weight pages are messed up. I literally had to write into the weight pages one time to fix them. But my business is in my store, and it's all out there. My name is out there. And I know that there are some people who come to me and say, oh, that's why I have a P.O. box. Hey, Tam Bear. Or that's why I take precautions with the internet because, you know, most people on YouTube have P.O. boxes so people can't harass them. But I don't because my business is in my house. So my information's out there even if I didn't want it to be. You know what I mean? But I've never hid. The whole time I've been online, people have always known it's me. I don't blame people if they don't want to go with it. Well, yay! I'm glad you have. But anyway, guys, I wasn't planning on doing this many lives this week. Seriously. My intention was to come on last night and go for a half an hour, but you know, I love it because this reminds me of a chat room, and I know how I feel when I'm in a fun room, like when I go visit some of my favorite people on YouTube. I hate when their live streams end because I'm like, no. And then they're like, well, we'll continue on somebody else's stream because you just like want to keep it going. Like you just want to be surrounded by the people you like on YouTube. I know that feeling. I hate when a stream ends like that. Yes. Well, I don't really do the live streams for watch time though. I like the live streams because they remind me of a chat room. I like it because we can all be in the same place at the same time. I tried to count on my videos more for watch time, even though it's not usually what happens, but I know what you mean. There's a lot of people that like to see people, but I like a place where everybody can gather. That's what I miss. And you know what we used to call our chat room? A bunch of friends sitting around the table and just having fun. Like there would be times we'd be playing pool on Yahoo. You know, just they had pool game. We'd be playing pool and the chat room would be there. And they're like, how come nobody's talking? Because we were over on the side playing pool. But it was just like a giant friend room. And that's what I feel that when YouTube brought live stream, you know, I started going to live streams, I said, oh my gosh, this is like so being back in a chat room almost. Except unfortunately, when I get tired of talking, I don't have nobody to take over the mic. That's the only part I don't like about live streams because I want to share it. I want like Jennifer to be over here in the corner and Tina to be over here and Tam Bear to be up there on your cameras, and then you both could share the mic. All of you could share the microphone. We could take turns. That's what I miss. And have you guys ever been in a live stream, it's lagging, and you're trying to get what you want to say in, and they close it before you have it typed out? I get so frustrated when it happens. It's like, I really want to get these words in this stream, and they just closed. And I see the twirl, twirl, twirl because it's lagging. It's funny. Oh, me too. Well, I think my phone's working pretty good. I see a definite lag when I'm on, you know, the Hangouts and on my computer screen. I was shocked the other day because usually your computer, when you type in the chat, goes faster than your phone. My phone was actually moving faster. And like right now, I'm on my phone. Now, how is my voice here? Do I sound too loud here? Do I sound louder here? Or do I sound louder in the other room? Because I know my cam's got a built-in mic. And if I'm in front of the computer, I feel like my cam is louder. Oh, that would be fun. See, I use my computer for live streams. I use my phone sometimes. I just don't like that your text disappears. I like the computer that it's there and stays. But it's like a cloud here. Like it goes in and out unless somebody texts. And then I have to touch my screen to see what you're typing. So is anybody working on anything crafty this week? Tina, do you make junk journals? If you get the chance, I told your sister Tam to get in touch with me on whoever else is contributing to the giveaway. What other streams? So that we can I could get a list together. I gotta finish my book. I gotta get it finished, and once I get it finished, it'll be ready. But I'm looking forward to this live, to our streams doing a giveaway together. Jen, you want to join in? We're doing a giveaway. A bunch of streams are joining together, and Fairy asked me to join hers and some other channels, and we're all gonna figure out what to do as a giveaway, and we're gonna like do it together as like a collab. I think that would be fun. It would be a blast. What do you guys think? Like my little headpiece? Woo! I can't wait till the book sale. It's going to be so much fun. The book auction. We just got to get you up here on Google Hangouts. I'm not on my computer right now to do the Hangouts, though, but we need to do a test run, Jen. You'll have to let me know when you're ready. I love this thing and how it lights up. I think it's so cool. Woo! Well, cool, Tina. I can't wait. Thanks, Tam. I can't wait to see what you come up with, Tina. Tina and I have a lot of the same taste in crafts. Well, Jennifer, let me know if you pull together something to give away. And let me know if you want to join in, and I'll let Tam's sister know. Because we're going to do an announcement like in our description bar of all the channels that's going in on it. I think it'll be fun. Are we allowed to participate in the giveaway too, or does it have to be for everybody else? That's my problem, is I'll probably want to join in some of the giveaways. Thanks. I thought this was cute. I think I got this at Walmart. Sometimes the dollar store has them. Dollar General, whatever. I need to dye my hair. Look at that. I'm starting to get some grays in there. And I don't like doing touch-ups because it seems like they're so wasteful. And I don't like the sprays because the sprays go all over your forehead. I need to get a haircut, though. I had to think of a style. My hair needs cut badly. It grows out so fast. But I need to, excuse me, I need to take and thinking about doing maybe bangs again. I don't know. But I need it cut. I had a haircut and I let it grow out, and then I had it like all towards my face. And then, but I don't know. I have a bang look on my Messenger or my Instagram. I think it looks really cute. I need a hairstyle, guys. I've went to the middle. Like my hair will go to the middle. And then I flip it to the side. The only thing is they got to thin it out every time I go in because its hair is so thick. I mean, it is really, really thick. My oldest daughter has my hair. I have a lot of hair. And this lady goes, I said, for 50 years old, I thought my hair was supposed to slow down. She goes, it is. I said, well, it hasn't. But I have a lot. I just need, like, I had bangs before. Like this really cute hairdo with bangs. Look how long my bangs are. I look like Cousin It. And the bad thing is, see, you can't see the whites. The whites are in my bangs. The lady laughs at me every time I get my hair cut. She says, it has to be in the front of your hair. It couldn't be in the back hiding. I said, nope. I need a hairstyle. I've had, the long curly perms. It took this woman 6 hours to wrap my hair to do a spiral perm. I haven't done a perm in ages, though, because once you start coloring it, I didn't want all those chemicals in my hair. But I just need a cut. My treadmill misses me, too. I got a treadmill for Christmas. I was always like, growing up, I always weighed like 115 pounds to 130 pounds. I was a skinny little thing. And then after I had kids and I got older and it all catches up with you. I had to have gallbladder surgery. And then I started putting weight on after I lost my gallbladder. And I told my husband, I just want to get, because right now, I quit smoking in 2011. And that didn't help either. And then my doctor comes out and he says, this is what my doctor says. He says, you need to take off a few pounds, Tammy. He says, you put on some pounds at your gallbladder. I said, I know, doc, but you know what? You're pushing your luck. You got me to quit smoking. Get off my weight. Well, then, come to find out, I have osteoarthritis. And I have water on my knees. And the cartilage in between your knee bones? It's gone. So when I walk, I'm walking bone on bone. He says, the worst thing in the world you could possibly do is get a treadmill. And I'm like, well, I'm getting one anyways. Because I like walking, period. We used to have a trail where we used to live. But the thing that I hated about it is that I was probably walking 6 miles a day. And then it would rain. And then you would get off the schedule. You know what I mean? And it was like really hard to get back on the schedule because of the weather. So I said, if I had a treadmill, then I could do it when it's raining outside and I could keep going. You know what I mean? But he told me that with the arthritis in my bones, I'm not supposed to be doing any exercising. I was like, well, how do you expect me to lose weight by not exercising? That makes no sense. I mean, you can sit and you can eat very little. Like, I don't have junk in my house. I don't have like cakes and candies and stuff. I have good organic foods. But if you're not getting up and exercising after you eat, it makes it a little difficult to keep your weight off. So I told him, I'm like, I don't know what you expect me to do because you tell me not to do exercises. Well, it's too late. So I told him, I'm going to do the treadmill anyways. And I started doing the treadmill. I'm doing 5 minutes a day. The only bad thing about swimming, and this is what's even worse. We have a few pools around us, but the only thing that's bad, it's like, I don't know if it's because they want to maintain their money on the same time. But like, there's this one place I love to go, but you get one lane, like a part of a lane. It's like they have like a group that comes in who's doing some kind of like fitness on one side of the pool, but you only got like this little space to swim. And I'm sorry, but when I want to go swimming, I want to swim like the pool, or at least half the pool. So I was like, well, this isn't going to work. So I don't know. And the other one we went to was at a college, and I remember me and my husband sitting out there, and they had the times and everything posted. We even called ahead of time. And they were like, oh, yeah, it's open to the public. Well, when we got there, they were teaching a bunch of kids how to swim. So we never got to. We sat there for 2 hours and never got to have any swim time. So we never went back to that one. And the third one, I'm not sure when their hours are, but I do miss swimming. I love living in a pool. I was like a mermaid when I was a kid. The full body workout. I had a routine I had to rate for health when I was in college. And swimming was a big part of it because swimming it hits your whole entire body. Dancing is good, swimming's good. But I like my treadmill. It's a nice treadmill. Now my treadmill is a little different though, because when I bought it, apparently I didn't read everything about it that I should have. But my treadmill, for some reason, it's supposed to be a jogger's treadmill, not a walker. And it doesn't have a program that lets you up your walk time. It's kind of like it'll start and then you walk, but it uses your weight against you. You know what I mean? Like it's manually, you're using your weight to move the belt as fast as you can. It's really weird. I've never seen a treadmill like this. So, but when you punch in the program, because it has like program 1, 2, and 3, I can't do it because you automatically got to start running, and I'm not a jogger. So I just used the basic part of it, but it's a nice treadmill. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for it, so, but I like it. It sits right up in my steps down into my living room so I can watch TV or I can watch you guys on YouTube, which I have. I was on with Ty. She was doing a gym workout, and I was watching her while I was on the treadmill in Tosh time. I love it when they're doing workouts because I can work out with them, and I think it's cute. So some of the fitness channels on here is nice too, because I can't do like, what is it? What's the one they have out that's real popular? I can't think of the name of it right off the top of my head. My daughter took me to one of them, but I can't do it. It's too advanced for me because with my osteoarthritis, I can only move at a certain range. Yeah, Zumba. Oh my God, Jennifer. My daughter calls up one day. She says, Mom, she says, I have these tickets to, or, she got the subscription somehow. She said, I bought this thing to Zumba and I can bring a friend with me tonight. And it's just intermediate, like beginners. It was advanced level, Jennifer. I walked in there, I looked at my daughter, what the hell are you trying to do? Kill me? I was about on the floor in the first half hour. I couldn't even make it. It was the first like 15 minutes. I drank a whole bottle of water. And she goes, Mom, I honestly thought it was a beginner's. And I kept up, but it was not easy. And there was some steps I couldn't do. So they told us we could, alternate, fill in something else. I was ready to kill her. I said, Zumba's too much, but water Zumba would be fun. They say that you're really tired, but the water, pulls you. That'd be a heck of a workout. Alrighty. Thanks for stopping in, Tam Bear. I'm glad I got to do a repeat live. But I like the flowers. I like my yellow roses. People keep, this is supposed to resemble like, and my husband always tried to get me rally, but my favorite's yellow. I don't care what it means. So he buys me my yellow roses every once in a while. Yellow is not even one of my favorite colors. I just love them in flowers for some reason. I even like yellow wildflowers too. But I just don't, I'm not into red roses. I like yellow ones. Oh, see, we have that in common, Jen. That's so sweet. But I don't know. I hope this book sale goes good. And if you want me to, I can disconnect and go live on the other if you want to practice a Google Hangouts. Just let me know when you want to do a practice. We got to do some practice runs before it gets here. Because Nikki and I tried it, but when she, the Google Hangout thing, she came on and it's March the 5th. It starts at 5 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. And what happened was she had me on I think she had her phone on and her computer at the same time or something. She had to mute something on her end because we don't want to blast people's eardrums because it was harsh. It sounded like a really bad microphone out of whack, and it was really extremely loud. And that's why I didn't post that live stream, because if somebody with headsets would have come in there, it was loud just with an open mic. It would have blasted their eardrums. And one thing that I found irritating is when you have a headset on, I don't like to hear people belching. It's one thing if they have an accident and they burp, but I mean to purposely belch or I used to hate that on headsets. That's why I don't use them anymore. And that feedback was terrible when we did that Hangouts. And I told her, I'm sorry. I had my very first live stream raid. Life brought all her chatters in my chat room and gave me a raid. It was wonderful, but because of the sound, I had to cancel it. Yay, Tina! We're on the same time zone. It's going to start at 5. I don't know when it's going to end. I just figured what I would do. There's some books I'm not sure if people are even going to be interested in. I'm not sure because I know sometimes Patty does that too. She tries to fill people out for what they want. So I added a variety. There's still a couple I would like to add that I don't have. I would like to actually find them, but I haven't been able to find them yet. But I have like probably about, last time I counted was like 73. Well, hello, Kim. Yay! Kim got to come in. It's another crafter, ladies. You got to add Kim. We have Vintage Rose Creations by Kim and Angel Dream Crafts by Kim. Kim and Kimmy. I love it when they do live streams. We can hear them both. They are so talented, girls. I sit and watch their streams and I feel like such an amateur. I mean, these women do way beyond stuff I've even dreamed of doing. It's like if I would have kept up from when I was a Girl Scout, and if my grandmother would have taught me how to do her doilies and I would have learned instead of getting away from crafting, I could have been where they're at. But I'm telling you, I know, but you guys are so talented. I mean, when they have, their crafts are just amazing. You guys think of it, because you can tell you have experience, is what I'm saying. Like, if I would have stuck with it, I think I would have learned more by now. But by going away from it, like I said, my sister and them are all into stuff too. You're welcome. But these guys are great. I mean, if you go watch them two do a live, it's so awesome. You guys will see lace like you've never seen before. They literally have it dripping from items. That's just so beautiful. And I have never been into elegant crafting. I should say I'm more of a tomboy crafter, Kim. I'm more of slapping stuff together than being delicate. But you guys have that vintage delicacy going on, and they just got beautiful stuff. I could watch you guys craft forever. I love going into different types of crafting because, like, I'll watch the Rebookery, and then I'll watch Nick the Booksmith, and then I come in and watch you guys' variety. It's just amazing what you guys can do out here in YouTube land. It's just beautiful seeing all the different things that people do. But you guys are amazing. And I was showing off my latest journal I had bought. This was from a digital kit. This came from Australia too. This is from Junie's. I love Junie's journals. I don't know. I'm just so addicted to her stuff. Look what she made. Look how pretty that is. And this is the digital kit. She got that eyelash trim going on. I think it's funny when I watch Michelle do hers. She'll be like, I can pet it. But yeah, Junie did a great job. We met in Junk Journal Junkies Facebook page. And I'm not into pink. I'm more of a blue person. But I love her style. Like, there's just something. All the journals. I've got probably about 10 journals from this girl. And they're all blue. This is like, I think I have one that's green. But the rest, I just love her style. Look at that. She finds the best bling. Like, this is like a shiny lace. But her journals are just so pretty. And she's also an artist. Her cards that she sends me, she actually paints and does her own stuff. And this is her business card. She's Willowbound Journals on Etsy. This is her card. I think you're supposed to pronounce her name Uni. Some people call her JD, but I call her Junie. But she's awesome. And look at these cute little charms. She's got, like, I've seen the little keys before, but look at this one. Where's it at? It's hiding. She found a fan. And I think that is so cute. And I have some of these. Some sites call these gourd pins. And I forget what the other sites call them, and I love those too. Hey, Christine. But she did such an amazing job. And look, she even used a ticket as a tuck. A giant ticket. I think that's so cute. She has her up in some lined and not lined paper. Junie's very creative. And another thing is the time zones. Trying to get all my favorite crafters in one room is hard at times. But this was a digital kit called Cherry Blossoms. And I don't know if she got this from Artie Mays or she got this from another one. I'm not sure. No, this is Red Deer Printables, is what it says on the book. But I know she follows Artie Mays too. But look how cute this pocket is. It's a postcard. Like, it's like a digital kit postcard. She used that as a pocket. And she always sends me such goodies. Like, for my birthday, this is what she sent me that came with this. She shocked me because I was not expecting this. She likes shocking me. Okay, she sews these, and she puts her, and I've done this. I put coffee dye paper on the back, but I sew mine by hand because I don't have a sewing machine. She sewed some of these cards, and then she made this out of paper and a stapler. And I'm sure you probably could hide that with like a button or something. Look how cute that is. And then for my birthday, she surprised me. And she sent me a birthday card with an altered paper clip. Oh, well, cool. And look how neat this is. So this is my birthday card. And she says, happy birthday, Tammy. So glad to send you this little birthday gift. Hope you like it. I made it especially for you with you in mind. Hope this is an amazing year for you, filled with lots of joy and laughter. Sending lots of birthday love and hugs, JD. So cute. And look what she made. She made this folder. And when you open it up, look, it holds ephemera. Oh, that's like so cute. This looks almost like Tim Holtz paper is what I'm guessing. But she filled it with stuff over here and then stuff in the side pocket. And it's a little folder for my birthday. And then this little altered paper clip. Is that what they're called? Mini folios? I'm learning so much. I still don't know the lingo. But I love it. I want to learn. This is my thing. I can make the digital kits. I learned how to make tags before I made journals that were... I learned how to do it online before I learned how to make them offline. Let's just say it that way. But my problem is what's copyrighted and what isn't. I don't know. Because I had a bunch of ladies share a bunch of stuff with me back when I was on MSN. And I'm not sure. Because this is what their rules were. We were allowed to create tags. Is how we all started. And it started out with, say, somebody had a picture on their face or their Yahoo page, and we just put their name on it. Well, then, when we were allowed to do animations, we put water, rain, all that kind of stuff. I learned how to do all that. My biggest animation was like 15 frames long. It's a big one. But the bad thing is, I didn't know how to do physical ones. So I'm trying to like merge both worlds. But when we were on MSN, there was a whole bunch of sites that actually made digital kits and they would let us have them. They would take and say like leftovers from the year before. They would give them to us and they were in layers. And we used Paint Shop Pro to unlayer them. Like I know how to unlayer. I know how to remove backgrounds from pictures. I can do a bunch of stuff. But at the time, we could use anything on the web. Like, for instance, if we liked Yeagle and we saw some of his drawings... And we would send him a message and say, can we use your stuff? And he would say, sure, just make sure. And he would give us his rules, like make sure my copyright's on it or something like that. You can put your watermark on it, but just make sure my copyright. Some didn't care if we had copyrights. We had permissions from artists to do stuff. And then a big fight happened because people were trying to put their name under the copyrights. And they, of course, like I said, there's always evil with good guys, and they ruined it for us. And then they started gilding their work to where we were not allowed to use their stuff anymore. We had to literally pay like $20 to get like so many of their pictures and things like that. We weren't making money with it. We were just playing games with it. So we just stopped using whoever went gild because we weren't going to pay for something that we were just playing with. So Yeagle is the guy that ended up on the Coppertone bottle. The little girl getting her pants pulled down by the puppy. That's Yeagle. And we actually knew these people back in the day to ask permission to play with their stuff. So it's like, you know... When the people who also own the scraps that they would share with us with digital, I still have them in zips. I saved everything that we played with. I've got thousands of font styles. I've got so much stuff in art. You people, your head would spin. I mean, there's like, I got like 3 external hard drives. It's almost filled with stuff. That's how much stuff I have. And I have no way to use it. Like, I don't know what to use and how to utilize it because... If we use the scrapper stuff, the only thing that it had like a, what they call a TOU in it or TUO, whatever that means. And it was a notepad and it said, if you use our scraps on your picture, just put www and whatever their site was at the bottom. That was like their only rule. But we could use anything we wanted. So, you know, and it's like really hard because I'm like sitting here, okay, I don't think it's for resale. I think they were allowing us to use that stuff for gaming, so I don't want to put it in my journals and get in trouble. You know what I mean? And I know that there's a lot of sites, like Junk Journal Junkies has files in their sites. They're not copyrighted. And I have learned, like I have books from the 1800s that are not copyrighted too. But so I'm learning that. They say 25 years after something was written, unless it's reprinted, it's actually out of copyright. But I don't know. It's just hard to take the chance. Thank you, Kim. That's what Junk Journal Junkies did. They posted some links you could go to and things and use things if you wanted to there. But then some people made things that you can use, but they just don't want you to resell it. And it's like, well, what's the point using it if you can't resell it? Because if we're making junk journals, you know what I mean? I just don't want to use something I can't. The only thing I don't have is a hand scanner. Like I have books that are so heavy from the 1800s, I cannot possibly put it on my scanner and scan it into my computer. This one book is huge, but all the images are copyright free. I would love to turn them into journaling cards, and somebody told me about a hand scanner that you can scan down your page, but I don't know if they cost and what they are. Well, thank you, Kim. But not all of my journals are vintage. I do like using magazines for journals. Hello. I don't know what your name is. I can't pronounce it. L. Vatman. No, C. Ingalls. No entiendo. Are you Spanish by any chance? I don't know if he's saying something about single people. I'm not sure. I need to brush up on my Spanish. I used to take Spanish when I was in school, but I can't remember half the words. But one of the journals that I made, I don't know if I showed you this, Kim. Hold on. I'm going to get you my one journal. I'm doing this for a giveaway. A bunch of channels want me to collab to do a giveaway with them. So wait a second. I got to show this to Kim. Oh, another channel asked me to join for giveaways. There's like 5 of us doing it. So I made this the other day, and I have a feeling this is my niche, really, because I love doing these. This is the second one. People throw away National Geographics, and I don't know why, because they have the beautifulest photos. And I don't scan any of these. This is out of the Row magazine. This is an altered book. And this is what I did with it. I wanted people to have a nature walk journal. So I made this. And I put coffee dyed paper for them to write on. I love this. I love doing this. This is probably my favorite junk journaling way. And then one of the pages, it's the butterflies. I remembered. Because the altered books, here's the side tuck. Where you're not signature them, you're just gluing the pages. And then all this is your writing space. I like giving plenty of writing space. I don't want to decorate every single page. I am going to put, I think, a couple, maybe like tucks in this shed. And I have some stamps. And then look at that. That's a pocket. And I love taking pieces and doing like, this is all different pieces of paper. I love doing that. And then... but I wanted to give them a taste of nature. And then this one here keeps going. I'm trying to find myself. People say to try to find yourself. This is the pocket that goes down. This one slides down in. And what I did was glue here and here. And then to get the side pocket, you glue here and here. So it's an altered book. But I like putting the coffee dyed paper in it to cover the words. I probably could have used a napkin and left words show on one, but I don't know. I just like recovering it. Look at that. I love this page. This is a part of a bird and a butterfly. Every single piece except for this is part of my coffee dyed. Came out of the National Geographics. You wouldn't believe how many people that throw those away. And I'm like, give them to me. Look at this. Look at this, how cute this is. I have to say this is my favorite picture. Look at him. He came from the dentist. Oh my God. It's a moose teeth. Look at them teeth. It almost looks fake. I just love that page. That's probably one of my favorite pages in this book. He's like, cheese. And then you keep going. And then look at that peacock. Look how beautiful that is. And then I had to put a horse in it. And then here's a pocket here. And this is all my dyed pieces. I just glued it to fill in the spaces. I don't know. What do you call this? Mixed media? I don't know the name of what I'm doing. It's almost like an abstract mixed media art. Because I like putting, I cut these 2 squares separate. I love doing pages like this, though. And then it goes down in. And then I got clouds. Had to have the sky in there. I don't know all the terminology. I just know this is an altered book from seeing it on another channel. Not being torn totally apart. Look how cute. I love that buffalo. An altered book. Okay. See, she knows all the terms. That's what I like. Somebody that knows what I'm talking about and teaches. And here. And look at that. This is my favorite too. I just love the mama and baby. I think these are adorable. And then this is the back. And all I did not Mod Podge this. One thing about Mod Podge that I don't like is I don't feel like it gives off the gloss I want it to give off. I have 2 different kinds. I have glossy and matte, but I'm not really a big fan of Mod Podge. I don't mind it for napkins, but this, I buy the Jots or the clear Elmer glue, and I did this with my finger. I did not use a brush. I literally stuck it on my finger and saturated it until it was glossy. And I really love the finish these 2 glues give because I think it's better than Mod Podge myself. But that's what I did with this. And look at the shine. So I really, really like this clear glue that Elmer's and my Jots in the other room. These are my favorites. I was really impressed, and it feels real silky. See, I like it when you guys, when they do their channel too, they tell you things they use. Like, you get all these tips on it's not just about the art, but the tools and the products. And that's what I love about sitting and listening to you guys too, because a lot of people just don't share the secrets enough. Like, they'll show you something and they'll edit a video and you know they're missing something. you know there's steps they're cutting out. And it's like, that's why I don't edit. And when I'm working on something, I want people to see. So then I went to a yard sale. This is the other thing I wanted to show you. This is like by accident. These are times when I don't overthink and I just let my mind go. And I'll be sitting in front of the TV and just not thinking about where I'm going with something. And this is where these come from. Because I'm not thinking about them and I'm not planning them. I paid 75 cents for this at a yard sale. And I think the reason why the lady was getting rid of it is because a piece of ribbon was here. It must have been built in. And it broke. 75 cents is all I paid for this. I would love to be able to make this. And I know that this was a fashion that people did these with photo albums. So I decided to take it, and look what I did with it. I stuck the front of a golden book on it for my granddaughter because she's about to be 1, and this looks almost identical to her. I fell in love with this book cover. And I took ribbon. This is washi tape. And I took ribbon and a hot glue gun, went around the book with it, and hot glued it. And I actually took Kylie. These letters were already made. And I just outlined them with pink to give them like a pink marker, just to give them just that little bit of artsy. Then I looked at the inside and I thought, I hate when you open up a photo album and the pages are so blank. Look what I did. I washi taped them. I took washi tape and I cut here, and then all the washi tape I had bought when I first joined Etsy. I swear I hit every shop with washi tape. And I stuck what I bought into this. And these are mermaids. I wanted to do everything at first, her to grow into this. Here's swans. And here's butterflies. And I literally taped, and cut. Like, these are not joined because the pockets have to be open to slide the pictures in. See what I'm saying? So, and I redid them. All the same. There's 5. So there's like 20-some pages. Well, then the back of the book was here, and I put the washi tape down the sides, and I'm going to put a picture of her right in the center. And I thought this was really pretty because this was already on the book, and this was a golden book. And I think what I'm going to do with this is in between these pages, I just don't feel like it's done. I want to put something maybe like cardstock with a pocket in between like every 5th page, so she has like a place to store cards or something. Like, I want to make this like part journal, part photo album. And I got to looking at this, and I'm sure you guys could create this. You and Kimmy. This is quilted, definitely. And whoever built this album literally used, I don't know what you call this. It's got the elastic on the lace. But they glued this together, and all of it in is how I see it. And then they took some type of cardboard and covered all what they pulled in. Oh, I know. This is what I love. I just wish I knew how to do this. This here is beautiful. And the woman who did it, she had a kid's name in here with a date. And I took my glue gun and put the washi tape to cover his name. It had like Brian, I forget what year. So I glued over that. But look how beautiful this is. It's like cardboard over top. And she put the lace in between. Like, I would love to know how to make this cover. I think when women did this with photo albums, it was like in and out. But you can see right here where the ribbon had broke. And then it only had one hanging, so I just cut it down as close as I could. And just like, because it really doesn't need a tie. I just want to leave it like it is. But I think this is absolutely beautiful. I just love whoever created this. Oh, I just love it. It's just so fluffy. And when I watch you and Kimmy, that's what I think. When I watch her and Kimmy craft, Jennifer, I'm telling you, you got to check their live stream out if you can catch them. I catch them in the afternoon when I'm at work. And they make everything so fluffy and so frilly. That's why I love watching them, because they could do this part. I'm sure Kim could do this part. I have faith they could do something this fancy. But I just have never played with this kind of stuff, and I wish I had. See, look at her. Glue batting. See that? I think that's so cool. Yeah, they make it sound simple, but sitting down and doing it, I don't know. And another thing too, I watched somebody make a shirt into a pillow, and they took this iron and they ironed it on the shirt, and they said that they had to be careful that the glue didn't get onto the shirt. Does that mean the glue was built into the fabric? Is there a fabric that does that? Because okay, this is why I'm asking this question. I made for the first time I made granny squares, and it took me 70 squares to make a great big Afghan for one of my grandson's beds. And my husband had even said this, but this thought has even also ran through my head at times. You know how it can be scratchy, and it shows on the back of the granny squares where you put them together. It shows, you know, your stitchery. Well, I crocheted the whole blanket, but I wanted to cover it. But my husband was like, it's too bad you can't like take a sheet and sew it. I said, but you can't do that because it'd be too heavy. For that size of a blanket, it would be way too heavy. And I thought, when they do quilting, I saw somebody use, I don't know if it's batting, if it's scratchy or whatever, but I saw somebody take and lay down this white stuff, and they use the iron to make it stick. Is that what batting is? I mean, I don't know. But I told him it would be so cool to be able to do that, like to cover the whole back of his blanket, to cover all the stitches, so that he can actually have like a really nice quilt type blanket. You know what I mean? Where it's cooler. Because I know yarn can be scratchy. But I did it all in like a single chain stitch is how I did it. It didn't have no holes or nothing. Okay, so that's what batting is. It's sheets of soft. Okay. So, oh, okay. Now, if you're doing the heat and bond, is that something like that you have to put on it, or is that something that already has the bonding on it? Almost like, you know what I'm talking about, like a patch? Because I know patches look like they have, like, where all you have to do is take an iron and it's on. Is that the same thing or no? My mother used to sew, but like I never learned a lot, and I wished I had. So it's not already on the fabric. It's something separate. Because it almost looked like it was something that she just glued. Like something that was already built into the fabric, and all she did was, you know, and it melted onto it. I don't know. I was just watching. I'm thinking, okay, she said something about glue, but where did the glue come from? Oh, okay. It'd be nice if they made material that all you had to do was iron it on. I would love it. Because the patches that I got for him, it's a specific state. He likes Ohio State. So I put Ohio State patches on it. But the bad thing about the patches is I used Fabrifix, which is supposed to be the best glue, which it usually is. It bonds to fabric, lace, leather, trims, and more. And I use this to bond the patches off, but some of the patches are falling off. So this did not do its job. And my daughter was like, you know, I even redid a couple of them, but you can't iron them on because I think the iron would melt the yarn. So I told her I might have to sew that on because the patches are a little smaller. You know, they're not real big to where they would weigh the yarn down. So I might have to sew those on. I don't know how else to adhere to yarn without melting it. And some lady did a video, must have been thinking the same thing as me because I Googled it through YouTube, or, you know, searched it through YouTube. And some lady did just that. She tried to put her iron on the very lightest she could to put a patch on her kid's hat, and it still melted the yarn. She says, so iron's just, there's just no way to iron. She says, because if you use an iron on yarn, you're going to melt it. So I'll probably have to sew it. That's what I'm thinking. But this is what I've been working on. You guys asked me when I'm crafting. I know I never show my stuff. It's not, I try to wait until they're completely done. Like this one here, I'm going to take a crop it down. I'm going to make a tie for this. I do want a tie on this. I like making ties to tie them together. So this is not finished. And another one I'm in the middle of working on that I had been working on this for a while. This is like one of my dreams I wanted to do for myself. This is an altered book. There's not going to be a lot more added to this except for the inside of the cover. And I have not showed this one yet. This is the cover. This is actually something I came across because I wanted ships, like, you know, pirate ships. But it came with a steamboat, but I fell in love with it because of the blue. This is actually sticky wallpaper, believe it or not. So this was really easy to add to the book because it was already pre-glued. All I had to do was separate it like a sticker and put it on. And the funny thing is, this book already had this in it, which I thought was funny. And I have always wanted to do a ship one because I don't know, I love ships. So I started this one with a map. You guys are seeing this for the first time. And I like this because it's got all these pop-out places. These were taken out of my used bookstore. I had a bunch of like missed sets come in of encyclopedias that nobody wanted and some that were falling apart or the whole set wasn't there. So I decided to invade it and steal all the ships in them. And this is all on my paper, was either coffee dyed or dyed in blue food coloring. And I took and turned it into a ship journal just because I like ships. This could be for a man or a woman as far as I'm concerned. Look how blue that is. I think that's so pretty. And look at that wave. And I liked adding a whole bunch of different things into this one. And it's like, and here's these have like little flip outs. This was just playing around, but I thought it was pretty. And like, there's a guy standing here. And then he's standing on a rock, and then there's the ship. Look how pretty. And I went to town in this book. And it's got, I don't know if I put any pockets on this. I might have. I don't know. But I just wanted something to journal in that looked like this. But all through it, it's got different shifts from different times, different countries. So it's basically that type of a flip through. And like, here's one that looks vintage. That was actually a word page I found, and I just put the ship over top of it because I thought it looked cool. And then, like, here's the end. Like the Anglo-Dutch Wars and all the ships they used in the wars. And here's another flippy-do that flips out. I just think this is cute. This was something different. I never had like really folded papers in mine yet, so I was playing around. I don't know. I'll get there. Yes, I have a die cut machine. As a matter of fact, I got the Big Shot, and I have, I'm just now building up on die cuts. I have a little basket in there that I just started putting die cuts in. So that's what I mean. When I go shopping, like my husband tells me, you're just buying too much stuff. And I said, Mike, listen, it's a variety when you're into this. So when I have enough papers, I moved on to something else. Like I got a really good deal. I was telling the ladies earlier that I can add these to tassels and dangles. Some guy sold a huge box full of these for $40 on Facebook. So yeah, I nailed them. I nabbed these up because they're all different colors. I've got teals, greens, everything you can imagine. I had this out earlier on my video. And I asked the girls if they thought it was worth it. I have never bought beads like outright. And they were like, oh my gosh, this box is huge. So my beads are done. And then I move on to the next thing. So I started building up my stamps. I've got the most beautiful stamp collection. I got very, very lucky because we had a church sale here. And some lady was selling them in these plastic cases for like a couple bucks. And then I found more up at our Goodwill, tons of just beautiful stamps. So I don't have to worry about any stamps right now, unless I'm going through like, say Easter comes, I might not have like Easter ones, but I do have Valentine's, I do have Christmas, and like that build up. And then I got to my die cuts, and I do get them from the Wish app because you save a lot of money from getting them through Wish compared to going into Joann's. Is so expensive. I even went in, I think one cost me like $19. That's a lot of money for a die cut. Ooh, cool. So then I went and I found, I have one with ships on it. I haven't used it yet though. But then I went in and like what I do when I go shopping, like I told my husband, I'm trying to build up in my areas. I said, you think that when I'm shopping, I'm just buying everything like twice, 3 times, but I'm not. I said, I'm literally trying to build up. I said, you have to realize a lot of these crafters have been at it for years, and they have rooms that they have stuff already built up in. I'm just starting. Like, I don't have any of this stuff. So in order for me to get enough built up, I started a little at a time, but it's just like I was shopping every payday trying to get built up. And he's like ready to kill me because he doesn't have overtime right now. When he works overtime, he doesn't complain as much. But like, I just bought this one payday. I bought this with the little one. Yep, that's what I'm saying. I said, they've got a lot more years. Like, I don't have anything to destash, a lot of destash yet to share with people because I'm still building mine. And I said, and with this, and then I got my tools. These are the tools I got. I got my awl. I got my crocodile. And I got this, my cutter. And then of course, I bought my fabric scissors. And I did get a guillotine, but it kind of like it's dull. I bought it off of Amazon. It needs sharpened already. And I need to sharpen it. But I love my crocodile. Oh my gosh, I love that thing way more than a hole puncher. Hole punchers hurt my hands. And I have this, and it has a little one with it. It came as a set. This is the Friskas or whatever. I love this to measure fabric for when I go to cut them for my journals. This, I mean, like I told him, everything I bought, I will use. If I don't use it, it'll either be shared in a Happy Mail, or it'll go, you know, if I have enough of it, it will go into my Etsy. And then this was the other piece that came with it. It was like a set. I love these. And so it's just been little by little. Like I got a pail full of washi tape. What else have I got? Just to let you know like where I'm at. I bought some paper packs to build up. I don't need books. I own a bookstore. I've got 4 rooms full of books. The only books if I would purchase would be like an 1800 book or something that I know that I could utilize in a different way. But as far as like, I got so many books. You guys would see my store, you'd be in heaven. And like, I bought some Beyond Blue and some things off of people where I could build up on this stuff. Like I didn't have any laces I now have a drawer full of stickers, a drawer full of lacy stuff. But I will tell you my weakness. I need to learn more about what to put in a journal. My thing is decorating it. That's my problem. Like, I'm either overdoing it or not putting enough in. And that I need to work on, and learning some more flat crafts. Because I noticed, you know, I started buying all these puffy stickers and things, and that stuff builds up pretty fast when you're building a journal. So I know now what not to use and what to use, but I need to practice. Like, I started making some tags. I need to practice more on that kind of stuff. It's the little things that goes in, and I study other people's journals, but I want to figure out what to make on my own. And I did make a surprise for a friend of mine who I made a ring binder for a while back, and I literally made a granny square out of crochet. And I know how to make like a doily look around it. And I literally turned that piece into a pocket. And I put a cameo in front of it. She absolutely loved it. It's the only journal I've ever done it in. Was that one. And it turned out really pretty. Just a crocheted granny square. And it was like a brown with outline in white. And I turned it into a tuck pocket. I literally glued it onto a coffee dyed piece. It was beautiful. So that I've done. I made it rectangle. And another thing I would like to know how to do is learn to make snippet rolls. I think snippet rolls are absolutely gorgeous. The first time I saw one, I was like, oh my gosh, but people have them so expensive. I'd love to learn how to make my own. So there are some things that I have geared toward, but I do have a good bit of supplies now as far as, except the thicker lace. When I was out looking for, I want to make lace as pockets. And a lot of times when you shop in the area where I'm at in the churches, you're getting too thin of lace. Where I need the bigger, the thicker. Probably not. I don't have any wooden spools. But that would be so cool. You know how cool that would be to do a total like creative video with you guys to make a snippet roll. Oh, that would be like my dream. Just let me know when you do it so I can plan it to be there. I like blue, and I like kind of like, let me see if I can find an example. I do like this kind of like vintage lace, like this. It's like a little off-white. And it's not that I hate pink. It's just pink's just not one of my favorite colors. I love yellow roses. That's about all I like in yellow. Sunflowers is another favorite of mine. Butterflies, the blue monarch is my favorite. Trying to think. Like, I use other colors. Like, I like wildflowers looking things and things like that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just depends on, like, what I'm working on, how I theme it. Like, the book I'm working on now is, like, got, like, a yellow and green on the front. So I have it, like, neutral throughout. And I don't know. I like green. I mean, there's different colors. I don't know. Look how pretty this duct tape is. But when I do a, like, you know, showing my journals, like, I stayed, like, kind of vintage and blue throughout this one. If you look at it, I'd never used any other colors. I had, like, all the colors of the rainbow. But these tend to stand out to me because of the cover. I look at, like, what blends, like, And then you saw this. This is like all nature and brown. Like, I don't know. I would not say, can't say I'm not watercolor because I actually have a watercolor journal, but it's not something I would pick. Like I did my Valentine's Day and it kind of has more watercolor on the coffee dyed paper, but that's only because it turned out that way when I dyed it that way. Yes, I have tons of napkins. I love napkins. And I'll tell you another thing that I do with them. I don't know if it's legal or not, like if it's a copyright problem, but I have taken napkins and scanned them because sometimes I might use the original napkin on one page and I turn around and use the other part for a pocket. But I don't want to use it as a napkin for the pocket. You know what I mean? So it's like, I love scanning napkins in and using them that way. Like utilizing them with the napkin itself. I don't know. I don't know what you're allowed to scan and what you're not allowed to scan. I do it anyways. And then I like these too. I've made parchment. I've taken parchment paper and I have literally made envelopes and bags with, and I have done word pages, and I like this kind of stuff too here to put in my journals. This I actually bought. This is the glassine one. I didn't make this one. And then this, like I found these. I think I have one set of these in my Etsy store with my Valentine set. Like I do like using the bags and turn them into cut pockets. I cut the bottom because I think these are cute. And what I was going to do though, this is what I have a hard time doing. Like, I have a whole bunch of these. Like, I bought these by a lot, like quantity. I have a lot. So, I didn't know how to sell them because what I wanted to do, I tried to keep my prices as low as possible. So, I try to keep like 10 of something for $1. So I try to keep everything like $2 and up at least in my Etsy store so I can at least make some kind of a profit. Like I hate selling stuff for $1 because you barely make anything. So I try to do like $2 or more. So what I did for Valentine's Day was I stuck one of each of these, and I think I had a red and a white bead. I had a Valentine I hand stitched to coffee dyed paper. I had another one I made on, but like I have a set in my Etsy store right now that includes these envelopes. It's just, I don't know if people want just one of these or is it better to sell them by like so many of each. You know what I'm saying? Like some people like buy them by quantity, I think, because they send out Happy Mails and stuff like that too. So I really wasn't sure how to list these because I probably could have put like 5 of each, you say? See, that's what I... So maybe, right? Or no? 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, yeah. It'd be 20 bags, so it'd be double. It'd be $4. $4 for 20 bags. That's what I would put in. Like 4 or 5. I don't know. I can't figure out prices either. I suck at prices. I just try to keep everything low for people. Like, I would not want to go out. Like, I made this comment earlier. I wouldn't pay for $1 for this and then turn around and, you know, sell it for 10. You know what I mean? Like, I try to keep my prices low to what I pay. Like, I may make $1 profit or something like that. That's how I try to think of my prices because I also utilize shipping. That if it's not sent media mail, shipping just went up. And I do think of those things. Yeah, because I know Junie's done that for us. Like this journal here, she was selling her journals like this for like $22, and somebody was getting on her about it. But she factors in shipping. She's like, but most of the people were buying from the States and they were paying, I think it was like $30 for her to ship. So that's like $50 right there. You know what I mean? Now, if it's somebody in her country, she probably could lower it, but or up the cost of her book because shipping would be lower. But knowing that I buy her stuff, she kept her stuff low for me because she knew that shipping was going to cost me. And I think that's amazing for somebody to do. So when I do mine, that's what I think of. I don't want to charge somebody, like overcharge them, and I take shipping into consideration. Like I had a lady, because of Junie blowing up my papers, and she come out and was like, well, I had 10 of each color for her, and I was charging, let's see, it was $6. It was $1 for 10 pages. So, and I had like, the kit started out at $9 because I had one more color than I do anymore because I can't find the stuff to make the one color. I had all of them in there plus a book that was for $2 that brought it up to $9. So I was selling the papers with a nice book. They were like cookbooks that had the little illustrations and stuff all through them, which were really cute and people love them. So that way I could ship it media mail. So I was saving them on shipping. So I charged $9 for those. Well, then Junie bought one because she wanted it, but to send that to her was the same amount of money. So she was like, well, let's see what would happen if you took the book out. So I took the book out. It was still the same. Etsy still charged the same. So I just put it back in because I said, well, you might as well have the book with it. Well, then some lady, came because I stopped doing it with the books. I just put the paper packs in because I was trying with the books and they all weighed different. So within the States, the weights would have been different and I had to post them separate. So I was trying to think of a way to post the paper pack without the books where they would all be the same and I could just have that one set that I can just constantly refill. Because you know how sometimes people do that and have bestsellers. I can't do that because all my stuff weighs something different. So I took the books out and another Australian hit my papers. And I was like, no, because I was not going to let her not, pay that shipping just for papers. So she was like, can you make more? I said, no, because then my price would go up, but I can do something else. So I threw a free book in for her just so that it equaled out what she was paying for shipping to send it. Because I do try to please my customers. But it's like, wow, it's like really hard when it's going to another country. And Etsy right now owes me $80. They're making me mad because I've sent them 2 messages with proof. They double charged me for an order that went to Canada. They double charged me $80 for the same order. And I sent them 2 emails saying, listen, you need to reimburse me that $80 because you charged me it twice. And I showed them the proof. Because what happened was when I went to pay for shipping, it didn't pop up to give me the shipping. For some, there was a glitch and something happened. I don't know if it was my computer froze or something, but I couldn't get it to do it. So I had to hit it again to do the shipping label. So I went ahead and put the shipping label in and they double billed me for the same thing. So I tried to explain to him what happened and I haven't got the money reimbursed to me yet. Because that guy paid $52 for a set of books that he wanted. This was from my regular bookstore. And it cost $77 to ship them to him. That is absolutely ridiculous. The shipping costs more than the product. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awful. I can't send the link. I don't know how to type in here on my phone. I'm on my phone, not my computer, guys. I don't think I can type in here. No, it's not giving me the option to type to you guys. I can only read. It's called, I don't have a lot in my store right now, but it's called Tammy's Crafty Shop. Yeah. Jennifer knows. It's all ran together as one word. And right now there's just, I don't have the envelopes in there yet. Right, the only thing that's in there is that one pack for Valentine's Day. And just some items that probably are, yeah. Some items that are going to expire that I have in there. I need to put more stuff in there. I just don't know what to put in there. I need to build up more products. But I do love these envelopes. I think these envelopes are cute. I just think that's adorable. Love is sweet. And I think this one's pretty too. This is kind of got a vintagey look to it. If you think I should put those in here, I could put it in there, Kim. I mean, I could do 5 of these envelopes a piece. I don't know about the glassine ones. I don't know how many of these ones I have. But I have a lot of these 3. Smurfalicious. Well, thank you for coming in and giving me some love and light. I like a Smurfalicious names. But I need to build it up. Like, I need to get some more ephemera type stuff in it and build the store up more. I don't have a lot of stuff in there right now. I'm a work in progress. What I should have done before I open it, and Etsy does say you should have about, you know, a couple hundred products built up, because I see people replenishing all the time. Five of these ones. Well, I could put, I don't know. I mean, I'll look at what I have. Like in, and figure it out. Because I don't want to overcharge people either. Like, how many envelopes do you think is worth $2? That's my problem, is pricing everything. I was putting like 10 of something in for $1. You know what I mean? So I'd have to have 20 of it to get to the $2. But I don't know if I have that much in my stash to do 20 of these at a time. I think that's why I was trying to do them in kits to try to separate them out. Because like I said, I mixed other stuff in with it. Did you see the Valentine's kit, what I'm talking about in my shop? Yeah, I could probably post 5 of each. Do you think that's a good amount? See, that's what I need to know. I need to know, like, numbers to know what to put in. What you think people would like. This pack here was my smallest. I just bought this as just a... it's just a little pack I got off of eBay. But these ones here I bought by quantity. Because I wanted to make sure I had enough of them to share and to use. Because I don't think I've used this one yet. I think in my Valentine's journal I used these 2. And I think I had plain brown. Yeah, and I have these too. I have plain ones too. I have the treat size and the big one that you can fold and use. I've seen people use these ones in journals too. These ones don't have decorations though. So that's what I did. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 envelopes just in this pile. 7, 8, 9, 10. It was 2 Valentines and a couple beads. I think I stuck in and used that as my Valentine pack. I think. Something like that. But I wanted to make sure that people had enough. Okay. And then I'll have to do that. So if I put 5 of each of these 3 in, should I sell them separate or together? Should I do like 5 of these 5? But how much would you put for $2? I literally have not looked at the receipt and broke these down. Maybe that's what I should do. I should pull out the receipt and see what I actually paid for them. I mean, smart people do that, you know. I just didn't even think to do it. I was just trying to figure out a good, even way to share them. Yeah. Well, that's what I could do then. I'll break it down that way and see how much I paid for each bundle, and then maybe I could just spread them out. Maybe I'll just do 5 each. You think I should just, I mean, like, well, whatever the number turns out to be. Should I sell them separate or one set, or just go by what they would cost to do it? Okay. See, I was doing like $2 for 20. So you would do 2 for 10. You think that's good? That will work for these. Because I think, when I think I broke these down, I was pretty much breaking even. I'll have to look at what I paid. I don't remember. Because I just didn't look. I knew I wanted them for myself, and I figured what I had left over I could share. Okay. Okay, I could do that to figure out what people would want. That would be a way to find out what would sell the best, too. Is put like 10 and just separate, like 10 of these and 10 of these, and let people choose. And then it would let me know what to replenish. Okay, that makes sense. I get so caught up. I think I was caught up in trying to make paper kits. I was trying to make envelope kits. So that's what I'll do then. I can't make paper kits. I'm just not coordinated. Okay, that will work. 10 for 2. Let me write this down. This is great ideas. Thank you. Do straight kits and mixed kits. And a mixed and see which goes. That will work. Should I put the plain ones in too? Yeah, me too. Because this helps me a lot. Should I add the plain ones in separately? Because I have these ones and I have this one too. What's funny is I literally bought these and they turned out to be the wrong size because I wasn't paying attention. So I tried to turn some of them into treat bags for Halloween, and we quit getting Halloweeners because they started trunk or treat, trunk treat thing. And we lost our Halloween people. Okay. So I'll do these and these. And 2, and that's another thing. I like keeping these simple because I wanted to see if other people in other country wanted these too. And I have thought about that. You know, people in other countries probably don't have things here like we don't have things there. And I had thought about trying to find out what they would be interested in to put in our shop. You know, because like Junie, for instance, I don't know over here, Kim, if you've seen the butterfly napkins that you could get at the Dollar Tree for $1 that had the words. They were so beautiful for just $1. Yeah, lost some Halloweeners, Jen. So what had happened was, I don't think I think they thought those napkins were expensive. So Junie was like hoarding her last napkin because in Australia she couldn't find them. So when I sent her a Happy Mail, I sent her like a couple whole packages so she wouldn't have to worry about it. Because they, you know, we take for granted every country doesn't have what we have. And I said it would be fun to find out what other countries don't carry. So we could put that, if not in a Happy Mail, but also in our Etsy store. So people can come and find it. So what I thought about doing was a napkin set at some point. I would like to take and post, like, you know, like go down and find some napkin sets and maybe put like 2 or 3 of the same or something so they can stock up. I don't know. I've been running some things through my head. Oh, I know. It's awful. Trying to find stuff for people. And that's what I'm trying to do. And Junie finds that real thick lace that you can make a pocket with. Oh, I love her lace when she does that. Oh, well, that's cool. See, that's what and cards. That's another thing I've been focusing on because I know they look for playing cards a lot. So we have a mission here I'll be hitting at some point, and I'm trying to find as many different playing cards as I can, whatever the covers are, and I'm going to make up some playing card kits too. I'm going to try to. I just want to put some things in there that I know that other people can't find. Like I go online and I look up vintage cards and I'm like in awe. I mean, this one lady, I bought 4 cards off of her Etsy store because she found these swans, Kim. Oh my God, they're the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. And they're nowhere to be found. They weren't even in Google Images. I happened to come across her shop and saw them, and I was typing in vintage swan cards, and I couldn't find them in Google. So I found them in hers, and I was like, oh, this is just awesome. And I ended up buying a couple off of her just so I could have because they're just gorgeous. So it's amazing. Like I have somebody who's mailing me an order of horses she found because I couldn't find those cards either. So I'm about ready to get a horse set. But I don't need to keep the whole sets. Like, I will share my cards because I feel like I eventually do want to do a horse journal. But I'm probably ever only going to use the 2 cards. And if I don't, I can always scan it in. And just for the picture. And use it for something. If it's my own journal, I'm not selling it anyways. So what difference does it make? You know what I'm saying? Or I could even put the cards in a journal I'm selling and just keep the scan one for myself. Because what I want it for is a journaling card. So I'm thinking about doing that too. So people got to differentiate what you're keeping for yourself and what you can sell. So if you can sell the cards, but you want the image, you can scan the image for yours because it doesn't matter if it's copyrighted because you're not selling it. So that's what I try to do. When I look at my crafts before I use them, I think, would I use this for myself? And if I wouldn't, then I go ahead and put it in a journal. But if I think, okay, I might use this in a journal for myself, or maybe I'll add it to one of my journals, then I'll scan that one and use it for me. So that's how I've been kind of utilizing everything. But yeah, that gives me great ideas. And I found this too. Like I said, I'm not into pink. This fell out of one of my books. And the ones that's on Google Images do not have this logo. There was a business that actually made this. It was called TCPS Form 3. It's got some kind of order number, like 3025 or something. And I found people using these, but this wasn't there. So what I did was I copied this on pink paper, because this is not the original. The original was like falling apart. And I have these too. I could probably give to people. I don't know. I probably would slip this in a Happy Mail because I don't know if you're allowed to, if this is copyrighted or not. But I thought this was cute because it's a little message. But it's not in full form because, like I said, it was falling apart, so you won't see the total outline of this one because I had to cut down into it because it was already ripped. But I thought these papers were cute. I like doing Happy Meals too sometimes. I like doing them random. Like, there's a site that I'm involved in they like pick people and they stick with those people. I have a hard time continually buying for one person. Like it's easier for me to do one person and send to another because my stuff is like all the same right now. I don't have a variety of stashes to share. So I do random happy mails when I do mine. Like I sent Junie and Bonnie some because I'll hear their talking in their videos. And like I said, Junie brought up that napkin. So I knew what to add to hers. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got to come in, Kim. Thank you for stopping by. It was great having you in and getting some good advice. And 25 years of collecting. That's awesome. That's a great stash. My husband's ready to kill me right now because I don't have like my stuff binned. It's like sitting on my couch. I need to clean my couch off. You have a good night and thanks for coming. That's awesome. So who else is still in here besides you? Jen, where you hiding? I see 4 people in here, but only 2 people were typing. Jennifer's still here. Christine's still here. Well, look at you, Christine. You're so quiet. I'm so glad you guys got to come. How come every time I plan on coming on here for a half an hour, it turns into like 5? 3 hours, 26 seconds, or 26 minutes and 20 seconds. That's a long time for a live stream, guys. But I'm glad the advice that I get. Jennifer, are you ever going to create a junk journal? You going to try one? I think you'd be good at it too. You going to try one too, Christine? I think junk journals are fun. They're fun. They're a blast to try. I can't wait. If you do, got to do a video or something. Show me. I'm going to see what you come up with. I love looking at other people's ideas. I think it's awesome. Okay. We'll go ahead and do this too while we're sitting here. I got a Pinch Me box. And I got a Walmart box too. I have not done. I'm doing all my boxes on one stream. I have never done this before. So, Pinch Me. They're waiting on this and I haven't even started it yet. They sent me native deodorant. This is going to be interesting to try. And Ricola Herbal Immunity. Support immune system. It's got ginseng plus vitamin C, B6, and B12. It helps fight fatigue. And it contains 4 gummies. So it's like a vitamin package. Ricola. And so I got to try these. Stay healthy, stay well. It tells you about that. So I'm going to check this out. This deodorant's kind of little, though. I wonder if it's even got a smell to it. Yeah. Oh, miss, that smells like coconut. Wow. Coconut armpits, girls. I don't know what I think about that. I don't want to have edible armpits. Anyways. So that's what's in my Pinch Me box, and it smells good, and I was just joking. It'll be fun to try. So I got this, and then this is the Walmart for winter. This is the one I think I'm going to be disappointed in. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. This came with Cure-All, a wet skin moisturizer. Now, this might be nice. That's a pretty decent sized tube. And this one here is seasonal. You pay $5, spring, summer, and winter, and you get a box. I have never done reviews on any of this stuff. I slack terribly in giving reviews. I haven't even done an Ipsy review. I do the products, nor BoxyCharm. I think I've only done one. This is an Olay Facial Daily Hydrating One Dry Cloth. It's a 5-in-1 cleanser, power of makeup remover, scrub, toner, mask, and cleanser. So this is supposed to take your makeup off. It's really hard to judge stains when you only get one. Lots of papers. I got a paper for Skin Active. And I got a paper for Garnier. You know, I never liked anything Garnier yet. I hate their shampoos and their stuff. My daughter never had no luck with them either. This one here is for Damaged. Well, hey, Purple. This is for Damaged Repairing Treat 1-minute hair mask. Anybody have damaged or dry hair? Do you, Jen? I'll have to put it in a giveaway or something. Here's a Collagen Kiss. Didn't we have these lips already? This one's Neutrogena, though, so I don't know. I had those little lip ones before, but I don't know if it was Neutrogena. But I did like those. So it looks like you get... one. And then here is another piece of paper. It says Neutrogena. Okay, then you have Garnier Skin Active. This is the 3-in-1 moisturizing day and night mask made with rose water. Now that might feel good. I'll have to try that one. I like masks. They sell a lot of masks. Here's a black charcoal bubble sheet mask. You ever try that? I've seen people do the peel off one and it looks so painful. How are you doing tonight, Purple? So this I might try. Do you try the bubble sheet mask yet? The black charcoal? I don't know what that'll feel like. And then we have enter to win a $100 gift card. Oh my goodness. They have sent an Ipsy type bag. Can you believe that? It's a Walmart one. I'm doing good, thanks. Look there, Jen. Are they trying to mock Ipsy? It's cute, but I'm used to these from Ipsy, not Walmart. That's different. That's crazy. So, I mean, it's not bad, but they send a lot of little things. Like, I don't know. When I get my Walmart, I don't mean to sound greedy, but, like, I like stuff like when they send me toothpaste and different things like that to try. That's like, you know, the little sizes. It's interesting. So that was my Walmart box. This stream's going to have a heck of a name. It's going to be like Ipsy, BoxyCharm, Walmart, Junie's Journal. I'm going to have a long title and pinch me. I've never done one video before. Yeah, that's what I should call it. The Everything Unboxing. Unboxing Everything. That's a cute name. So, all my unboxings are done, guys. You caught me up all in one video. This is what I got for my points. I had never cashed in my money since I started BoxyCharm, and I had $41 built up. I got a bulb that looks so cheap, it's absolutely ridiculous. Look at this. I showed this on a video before. I was really disappointed. I would have been better if they would have had a bulb that was done. This is what you get. a plastic bulb that says Charmer. I mean, I don't mean to complain, but this is not worth even close to $41. This must be the $1. And then I ended up getting this big size. This is actually a toner. So for $41, this is all I got. You know what I'm saying? So this toner better be made of gold. So this is what I got to shop for out of their store, and that's all I got. I thought for, you know, saving up that many charms, you would be able to get a little more than this, but that's what I got. That's what I said. I was really disappointed in Charm lately. I love BoxyCharm. And I love what the people do when they do, especially when Gabby would do makeup. I love her. She's awesome. But I just have been really disappointed in the last 3 boxes. And with that, this toner, I forget what it retail values for. It's for delicate skin, apricot, sapien, sweet Betty flower, soothes, calms, and refreshes. It's supposed to be advanced skincare and like natural stuff, but I don't know. It's for $41. I've never paid $41 for a toner before. But oh well. Get what you get. But the Charmer bulb is, I mean, it's okay, but it's so chintzy. Like, it's like, I don't know. It says Charmer Cross in gold, and you get this little bow, and you get this whole thing, but it's like so cheap. I almost wish that they had like satin or something on it with Charmer over top of it, and it not be one you have to fill. You know what I mean? I think that would have been a little better. Or at least had a bulb you could put had Charmer on it, and you could have your name under it even, you know? I think a satin one with Charmer and your name under it would have been worth that and that for $41. I don't know. I just think it was a lot of money. Let me light up my headpiece again. Woo! I love this one. This has got to be my favorite one. Well, thank you, Purple. I'm glad you get to come in and enjoy. Yep, and glitter inside. You're right, Jen. You tell them. I wish I should have done a review. Said you could have did better for my $41. I just don't want to sound like a spoiled brat, you know? I love this headpiece. I think this is my favorite. I wish they all lit up like this. I feel like Christmas. I think that's about it, guys. I went through everything that I had to undo. And we actually had a great live with great people, and no bad people for Jen to have to bump on the head like little rabbit foo-foo. My dog does that. She rolls over and her paws are up like this, and I'm like, she wants her belly rubbed, and I go, little Rooney foo-foo hopping through the forest. My dog just looks at me with her whites in her eyes. And I'm like, you're little Rooney foo-foo. Because, you know, she did eat that rat. That still makes me sick. My husband was like, I couldn't stop her. It was outside. She got a hold of a rat and she sucked it in and it was gone. Michael said all I heard was crunch, crunch, and the rat was screaming in her mouth, and she just killed it. He's like, I couldn't stop her. That's so gross. It's like, ew. But this rat was tormenting her because we never had rats here. We've been here for I forget how many years. And we had this food outside that was all natural. And I don't know what drew because of her pen or whatever, because we found out that dog poop will draw rats too. Well, I was talking to my neighbor and he said there's a fence on the other side. And the neighbors put their garbage there. And he says there's been rats out, coming in up there at points. And we never had one, but we never had a dog either. We've only had Roni for 2 years now. So this rat tormented the heck out of my dog. It kept coming up underneath her dog box. She would go nuts trying to dig at the floor of her dog box, and we would put her outside in her pen. And because we don't tie her up or nothing, she's got 2 pens put together where she had like running room and stuff. And it would steal her food. Like my husband would get so mad because he caught it. He said she's in the box, and I think she was just tired of chasing it. And it kept stealing her dog food out of her dish. And then it would run underneath her box again. So it tormented her to the point she didn't even give it time. He said, I was standing outside, and he said, I saw a rat run, and I thought there was 2 of them. He says, I saw a rat running. He said, and another one must have been standing there. And the next thing I know, I heard squeak, and she just chewed that thing in 2 bites. It was gone. Because she's like from the pit bull family. She's a Staffordshire. She's like the terrier pit bull family or whatever they call it. We did have 2 cats. And sometimes these rats are bigger than cats, but she ate it in 2 bites. It was like, oh my God. So I call her little Roni Foo Foo. Because we call her name's Roni. We call her little Roni Foo Foo. I said, scooping up the field rats and smacking them on the head. Yeah, it is. We just didn't want her to eat it. Ugh. But Mike was like worried because he was like afraid, because it does enter your head. Hopefully it wasn't poisoned. And he didn't tell me. He called the vet and he was like, something happened up there, and they hung up. They had an emergency come through, but they never called him back. And when your animal eats a rat that has had decon or a mouse, it will kill them within a couple days. They're dead. There's no coming back from that. My daughter lost her cat that way. She had decon up in the rafters of her house, never dreaming her cat would get in her rafter. And somehow he got up in there, and we don't know if he was chasing the mouse, but he must have ate the mouse that ate the decon because she found him dead on the floor. And it just broke her son's heart. It was terrible. So we were afraid, what if this rat, because he told me, they kept telling me the neighbors said they were putting traps out, that they wouldn't feed decon because, of that reason, that maybe she would eat one. So we were trying to be careful. And she ate that thing. We didn't even have time to stop her. I wasn't out there. I probably would have puked. Because that's just gross. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. But Mike said it made me gag. He says, and I saw the whole tail go down her mouth. It was awful. He said, I don't know how she didn't choke on it. But he was worried because he's like, well, rats have bones. She don't eat stuff with bones in them, except for her treat type bones. And he said, how does this digest in your dog? Would it cause her problems? Because a lot of times if you Google or search on YouTube rats that kills dogs, there's actually videos where they kill them, but they don't eat them. They get them by the neck and break their neck, and not her. She ate it. I go, why couldn't she be like one of the YouTube dogs and not eat it? And we were worried for a few days. We just kept watching her and watching how she acted, but she was fine. So we thank God nobody poisoned that one. But some guy told me his dog got loose, and they think that's what happened to their dog too. That it got a hold of something that was poisoned, because he says my dog was dead. I said, that's just awful. So, but we don't have him now. He put traps outside and put peanut butter all over the place, and it's just, I don't know. It's the first time we've ever seen him since we've been here, and he killed like 5 of them. So, And he said there was a fat one out there running around. He was afraid it was pregnant. He says, we definitely don't want that to happen. And then one got in my bookstore of all places. It got in house. And he says that little shit was mad because he kept putting her food up. And my husband's funny. He likes drawing stick peoples and, making up stories with stuff. He goes, that rat was so mad that I took her food away because he kept putting her food up whenever she wasn't outside. He would bring it back in the house. That it came in the house and it was literally coming up under the door to get to her dog dish. He says, it's up here laughing at me. So my husband said. And I said, what do you think it's doing? Going, blah, 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 blah. I found the dog food anyway. He says, probably because it did. So what I did, because we kept hearing something, but we couldn't see anything. And he had her dog dish. He said, but part of the food's missing. So I know something's eating and it's not her. So I stuck a blanket underneath the door because we put traps all downstairs. We could not catch this thing. But we started seeing little poop everywhere. And I'm like, oh, we can't have this in my bookstore. So I put a blanket down here. I'll be darned if that thing didn't come upstairs and it started chewing a hole in my blanket. And I busted it in action. Well, it ran down the steps when it saw me open the door. So there was a little hole underneath our steps, and he stuck one of those sticky traps on it, and it disappeared, and we have never seen it again. I stuck a trap down there with pieces of apple pie and different things in it, so we don't know if it got out or if we trapped it underneath the stuff, so we never smelled anything that died, so we're not really sure where this rat went. But I told him they need to stay outside. So now we're going to have to really watch this summer. Because ants is usually what we deal with here. We always fight with ants for some reason. But we never had a rat issue till this past year. And I told him, oh God, I do not want a rat problem. So now we're waiting to see what happens. But she hears everything. That dog does not miss nothing. She's better than a cat. My cats would have ran from that rat. But, excuse me, I love my babies. I miss my two kitties, though. We put one down at 22 and one down at 21. It was horrible. They were sisters from the same litter. I did a video. They were on one of my live videos. One was going into kidney failure, and the other one had thyroid. And we had the thyroid when I met us the kidney failure. We put them both on whatever, but it's just something happens in older cats that they get kidney failure, and it was sad because there's only so much you can do. And then she went, well, good night, Purple. Thanks for staying. And my other cat, Hope, she had thyroid, and we did her on medicines too, but it just sucked the life out of her. And we had to put her down. She was 22 years old. That's a long time. I have had cats in my life since I was in kindergarten. My first cat was a black cat named Midnight. I have never been in my life without a cat until now. And it seems so weird to have had cats my whole life, and then now I have none. I have my puppy. And she used to cuddle with them. I wouldn't let her near him when she was a puppy because I was afraid she'd play too rough. But she grew to respect those cats, I'll tell you. And they all cuddled up in our bed in one big pile, and it was just so cute. I got pictures of them. And they all got along fine. I was surprised the cat liked her. The cats liked her because they were finicky. I knew Hope would, but Heather, she's the finicky one. She'd smack her in the face. She wouldn't have her claws out, but she would take her space and she would go whap, whap, whap. But I miss them. Bye, Purple. But anyways, Jen, is your butt getting sore yet? I think I need to close the live stream. It's been 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 53 seconds. Do you want to practice on Google Hangouts tonight, or you want to wait till tomorrow or something, or another time? We just got to get it done before March 5th. It's up to you what you feel like doing. Did you ever get a chance to go in and watch one of Patty Lang's videos to see how live sales are done? Okay. Well, you have a good night too, woman. Thanks for coming in. And make sure you study. Oh, well, I'll send it to you in Hangouts. Because we got to practice before that day. It's going to be some work, Jen. It's going to be fun, though, I think. You sure you're up for it? Listen to you. You sound like you're tired. Well, I'll send you her name, and then we'll do this. So both you young ladies have a good evening. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will send you her name so that you can go check out her live stream. And you'll hear Michelle. Patty's the one with her hands in the picture, and Michelle's the other person. And you'll see her put stuff into the room. Like she'll put whatever the name of the book is and put the amount to start bidding. And that's what you'll be doing. What Michelle's doing. You'll catch on, I think. Okay. I will see you guys. Bye.